Hello. I am even more enigmatic than normal, as my camera is not working today. You are listening to, and or watching, to Non-Standard Action. We are playing Fly Free or Die, Book 2, Merchants of the Void.
Woohoo!
I love Yes. I am Tom, your GM. I'm joined as always by my 5 players and good friends, Jet, Leif, Liz, Nick, and Simon. Yes, that's you. Today's icebreaker question sent to us by Fat Drunk Ninja. That's not the right order of his name. It was put in differently. Drunk Fat Ninja. Hey, thanks. If the class you are was not available, what other class would work for your character concept? So let's start with, I'm going to switch it up. Let's start with Nick.
Oh, hi. I'm Nick. Any pronouns. I play Sloan Rider, she, her. And if Sloan were not an operative, she would obviously be an envoy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
Good
that
call.
about fits.
Envoy was not available.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, I'm an operative.
You're not bitter or anything.
Oh, no. It's a great way to build Sloan. It works really well.
Yeah.
We could have
Just an
had
interesting
double
challenge.
envoy.
No.
I mean, Cosmic Crit did double operative, so, anything's possible.
I still like to joke about running an a one shot where everyone has to play some kind of envoy.
Yes, the all envoy party.
Yeah, yeah. I would love desperately to do that someday. I think that would be phenomenal.
Speaking of which,
just barbershop, harmonized get'ems. Anyway, Liz, what class would Nuna be were Envoy not available?
operative, obviously. So it's kind of like, they're
Switcheroo.
two parts of a whole.
Yes. The yin and yang of swindling people.
Yes.
And
Yep.
yeah. Okay. I like it. Cool. What about Leif? You're muted.
Dang it. I was so prepped for that to answer it quickly and efficiently. Soldier, obviously. I mean, come on. Come
Yeah.
on.
Unfortunately,
Are there
the
any
obvious
other
choice, yeah.
classes?
No, it's soldier and this new one that I found, mechanic. That's all I know of.
The only classes available.
You're really stretching out there these days.
I know, right? I'm broadening my horizons.
You've doubled
look
the
at-
number of classes you're willing to play.
Look at their range.
Yeah.
Such range. Much wow.
Yes. Oh, and I forgot to ask this for Liz. Nick answered this without me asking,
Oh.
but Liz and Leif,
She-
pronouns, and yes.
Yeah. Nuna and I both use she, her pronouns.
All right.
And I'm Leif, they, them, and I'm playing Ketch, who uses he, him.
Excellent. Simon.
I'm Simon. I'm he, him. I'm playing Merath, they, them. Unfortunately, I have to go with the same answer as Leif, because Soldier is the best dip, right? Especially with all the combat maneuver stuff Merath is doing. Kind of need to stick with that 1/1 base attack bonus, and can probably pick up, because those soldiers get extra feats, and you can pick improved combat maneuver, right? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So that would happen.
Yeah, and they have a bunch of gear boosts around those improved combat maneuvers. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's nasty.
It is nasty, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I should probably drop Solarian now that I think of it.
Yeah, no, just start multi-classing into soldier.
I hate
I got
that
the
the
one-
answer.
I got the one revelation I needed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now it's soldier until the end of time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Oh,
but then
man.
your weapon wouldn't scale is the problem.
My weapon damage wouldn't scale, Tom, but who uses that?
Well, yeah, if you're focusing in combat maneuvers.
Yeah.
Scary thoughts. I'm going to have nightmares
Yeah.
later.
It does damage. Make sure the enemies can't do damage.
Do it, Simon. Do it.
Sometimes enemies don't have things to disarm.
Oh, it's very true. I promise I will not do that thing though, where you are going to see some enemies coming up, Simon, that have, integrated weapons or natural weapons. That is not because Merath is a
We had
monster.
this conversation.
Sure.
Yeah.
I guess Marath will just have to get a garage. Grapples.
No, don't say that.
No,
Don't say those
no,
words.
never again.
A ranged garrote, yes.
I like the idea of a garrote made
Range
of bugs.
grapple.
We said
together.
Ebola.
A purple tendril shoots out and lands and like wraps around their neck.
Yeah.
And then they
Ebola.
cannot move until they are dead. Yes.
Yeah.
We said we never would again. Jet, take us out of here. What pronouns and answer?
I'm Jet. I play Gus. We're both he, him. And if I had to multi-class next level, which is the question, I believe, I am very torn because it would either be soldier, which I think fits Gus in its relative simplicity, and it would expand his combat options some with the sheer number of feats. Alternatively, I could lean to the weird and I could go Vanguard. Those are the only two classes Gus has stats for.
Gus smells like a Vanguard.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. Vanguard and Nanosite multi-class might be pretty cool.
that would be interesting.
The initial question
Is it-
was if the class you are was not available, what other class would work for your character concept? However, we sort of bled out of that into what would we take next level. But I think
Well,
both
I
are
was-
good questions.
I looked
Did you
at the
change
channel.
it? Because I could have sworn it was that originally.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. I made a
I don't think
mistake.
it's a big deal.
No, it's not a big
just
deal. We had a
respect
good
the
conversation.
Yeah. Well, and I guess the answer would probably stay the same. It's if
Sure.
Nanosite wasn't available, I was probably going to be a soldier or a Vanguard. I was already tossing those up. So
Okay.
If I had to multi-class next level, I might take precog. Change my answer.
Ah.
Oh, fancy.
Although-
Dexterity
cool.
spellcasting. So weird.
Yeah, really weird. Oh my god, I want to see it in action.
I'll look at it.
That's not a request of you, Nick, but if you want to do it, that's great.
Yeah, no, if I was
Simon and Nick,
multi-class,
multi-class.
Actually, Sloan almost was a precog. Would have been a totally different character.
yeah.
Yeah,
no
it
kidding.
almost was a precog. Yeah. Fun
And,
fact.
and my answer would be different. If I was going to be multi-classing, I'd throw a level into Technomancer.
Yeah, that's a fun one for mechanic.
Yeah, that's what Mouse wound up doing.
Oh God, that's right.
Yeah,
Yep. Got some supercharged weapons and
Tonic. Yeah.
yeah.
stuff like that.
Although honestly, like there's so many hits to against taking another level like of multi-classing.
Oh,
Yeah, the 2 3/4 bab classes, or being a 3/4 bab class and then dipping another 3/4 bab class means that you don't raise your to hit bonus, which sucks. But oftentimes it's for edge builds anyway, where you're not necessarily worried about hitting as reliably, or you just take weapon focus and it boosts your attacks.
As a weapon prototype mechanic, I care about hitting.
That is fair.
You're just not very good at it.
Yeah, because you keep on forgetting to set up your gun. Or you spend all your time setting it up and none of it shooting. One of the
Yeah.
It's just,
listen,
it's
next
just the bane
level,
of the
we don't have to
weapon
worry about
prototype
this.
mechanic. You got the 3/4 bab, and you don't really have a whole lot of good ways to increase it, but you do a ton of damage when you do hit.
Yeah. No, that's the problem with weapon prototypes. They're terrifying when they hit.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a problem. I think it's pretty well balanced.
Yeah. I mean, think of it this way. Nerdy scientist shoots big gun.
Yeah. Except nerdy greaser shoots big gun.
Well, yeah. Now it's flavored to your liking.
Yes. You've been recommended to take Technomantic Dabbler at level 5. That is a cool option. Gives you
Yeah, it is.
scaling first level spells.
Yeah, I had been looking at that.
So, well, I think we've spent enough time talking, shooting the breeze, shooting the fleet, as it were. And we have a lot to get to today. So, let's jump into it. Yeah. Last week on Fly Free or Die, our free flying traders took a job for the Man, specifically the Veskarium Man, aka Directive 9. They were tasked to hunt down a fugitive of the law, one Agavana Oathbreaker. Agavana Oathbreaker was accused of creating Hellfire Toxin, a terrible bioweapon that she used to decimate the population of the city of Barandamana years ago. There was a break-in at a facility where the source of Hellfire Toxin was carefully kept to be destroyed, and so Directive 9 wanted this traitor to the state hunted down, presuming that she was responsible for the attack. They followed the breadcrumbs, they being the adventurers, and tracked down this fugitive. Upon meeting her, Agavana revealed much about her own past, including information that suggested that she was not responsible for the Hellfire toxin, but rather had been planned on blowing the whistle on the Adamant Scale, a shadowy organization operating outside of Veskarium law for, and there are big air quotes here, the greater good and defense of the Veskarium.
The greater good.
Yes, for the greater good, you know. The ends justify the means, right, Gus? The PCs chose to believe her and allowed her to be whisked away by none other than the crew of the Wintermourn. Upon returning to their ship to get ready to find a new job, the crew received a comm from Neva Rovo, captain of the Wintermourn, calling for help escaping a pair of BMC Maulers, a popular Veskarium-made ship. And that's where we left off, but not where we will be returning to. Instead, we see Skitterhaven Ranch, the new herd of Defrexes ambling about in the pasture. A shadowy figure ducks into the house at the top of the hill overlooking the pasture, and we see them emerge soon after with a pair of figures, one in either hand. We cut to a ship, parked a ways off, and the two figures are tossed into a room on this ship. You hear a voice from the one bag. "This is an outrage. We are loyal members of the Veskarium. What in the name of High Despot Kahan is going on here? I demand my rights as a Veskarium citizen too. You have been detained temporarily to ensure that you don't have any information regarding some persons of interest and a national security risk. We thank you for your cooperation in this manner." The door to the room slams shut. We cut to the spaceport in which you left Ranj. We see through the lens of a security camera as the Winterborn Riforian walks through the throngs of people. We see a figure moving the same direction as Ranj through the crowd, but of course, Ranj doesn't see them himself. He's Ranj. The feed cuts to another camera angle as Ranj turns down a hall marked bathrooms. Moments later, the figure ducks in as well. Their face is hidden from the camera, but a scaled tail peeks out of their trench coat as they round the corner. The camera feed shows a blank hallway for a few moments, then Ranj is walked back down the hallway by this figure, their hand at the small of his back. The figure brings Ranj back into the crowded spaceport proper, and leads him to a car waiting at the sidewalk. The footage then cuts out. Finally...
Poor Ranj.
Poor Ranj.
Stowing away on our ship is a worse idea than most people think.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Who could have thought? Finally, we see Captain S04E09 Fireheart sitting at a desk in a Spartan office, reading a message. He puts his head in his claws, sighs, and closes his laptop gently. He slowly packs his office up. Packs up to leave, turns the lights off, and leaves the office. We see outside the building which he came out of, a nondescript office building in a dark city. He gets into his black hover car, and sighs again as he stares ahead for a moment. A voice hisses out of the back of the car. "Captain S04E09 Fireheart, I understand that you received some information on a cell within the Veskarium. I am going to need to ask you a few questions about that." Then a black-gloved hand covers his mouth with a cloth. He briefly struggles, but eventually loses consciousness, and as his vision fades, we fade to black.
Bum, bum, bum. Man.
I'd really like to knock people out like that. Just Mr. Fireheart, I'm taking you to Arby's.
Yeah.
I really thought Fireheart would put up more of a could put up more of a fight, but
I mean, if
see
they
you
told
back.
me they were taking me to Arby's, I guess I'd be okay with it. I'd probably just pretend, be like, "Oh yes, you totally knocked me out." Those curly
Yes,
fries
no,
are
carry
good.
me to Arby's.
Mm,
Oh, I'm
yeah.
missing curly fries.
Yeah, that's where all these people are going. They're just going to Arby's, guys. Like, don't worry about it, okay? They're just they're going to go in the play place and everything. Wait, that's
You have no
McDonald's.
idea how excited I will be if that's actually true. Like if we break into a secret facility and there's an Arby's in there and all
my
of the
God.
prisoners are in the
Skittermander's there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
We need to detain you to get some secret information. That secret information is, what is your favorite seasoning for curly fries?
Would you like a Frosty? Or is that Wendy's?
That's what
It's Wendy's.
Turns out it's ground up Defrex.
Hmm.
Oh no!
Ooh.
Yeah,
What are Defrex
you don't ever
tasting?
want to see the kitchen of your favorite restaurant. Just remember.
Yeah. that's
No,
true.
no, you really don't.
Don't want to know how the sausage gets made.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyhow.
So, we rejoin the crew ready to take to the skies and save the Wintermourn and their cargo, one Agavana Stoneblood. Where is everyone strapping into as the engines fire up? We'll start with let's go with Jet.
I think when last we left off, I was starting to pull panels off the wall because I knew I was going to just jam my arm into the wiring so I could rip stuff out and mess with it with my nanites.
Okay, so sounds like a chief mate to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's classic chief mate behavior. Leif, what about you?
Mechanic.
Mechanic, engineer.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. Engineering.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Good. And then Auntie Nuna.
Auntie Nuna is the science officer. Now, I forget, on the Enterprise, where did Data sit or
Ops.
or whoever?
He sat at Ops, which is science officer, essentially.
Yeah. But more, how close is that to what you and I would call shotgun? Because we all know that Auntie Nuna always
I
gets
think
shotgun.
Data was up and slightly to the left or right.
You had
Of the
con,
captain.
Ops, captain's chair.
Mm-hmm.
Up in the front. So then all the security stuff was actually behind the captain in that long row.
Sounds
Yeah.
pretty close to shotgun, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
The whole bridge is shotgun.
Yes.
But Auntie has to have senior shotgun. This is very important to her.
Of course.
Nick, I
just the natural
I think
behavior.
everybody knows where Sloan is going.
Yeah, Sloan swings into the pilot seat,
Perfect. And Marayoth?
as expected.
As the ship was most recently customized, Marayoth gave some detailed instructions to the mechanics who were doing it. So the weapons panel has sort of been configured to be kind of a hive. In that, it's like a bunch of tubes that extend into a panel, and there's a bunch of tiny buttons that can be used by the individual constituents, and tiny little screens at the ends of the tubes that they can aggregate together to get a view of the battlefield. It's very neat and gross and completely unusable for anyone who's not bugs.
I was gonna say, I'm imagining bugs crawling in and out of the console, just.
Yeah, like a hive,
Mhm.
like a hive.
Yeah, Marayoth
metal
Station
hive.
is kind of a nightmare for anybody else.
Everything about Morath is kind of a nightmare.
Yeah. Is
I
it
love
kind
Maria.
of like
I tried.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Not as
Gus
much as
loves
the
Marayoth.
raw, but
is it kind of like an ant farm except in 3D?
Yeah,
That's kind of how I was picturing it.
yeah, and you can't. It doesn't have the transparent side, obviously.
Right.
There's no need for that. And it's like an ant farm with a bunch of switches and levers and tiny monitors and yeah.
Oh, so cute. So gross.
Excellent.
bugs.
Bugs. So, you all take to the skies and head towards where the Wintermourn sent you their coordinates. It's fairly easy to find them. They are being pursued by these two BMC maulers. The little blue icon is their forward-facing, their forward arc, and then aft, and then starboard and port. So yeah, one of these days I will learn how to make fancy rainbow tokens like Nick makes. I really tried in my editing software that came with my computer, but
I can give you the. Remind me to send you just the transparent PNG file, and then you can plug it into whatever software you want.
yes,
Yeah.
that would be wonderful. Thank you. Awesome. So I will use that next Starship combat, but this time there are two BMC maulers hot on the tail of your friends, and you need to well, I say friends. You're pretty much friends with them at this point.
Yeah.
Frenemies.
There you go. Yeah, your Pokemon rivals, if you will.
Yeah, I was going to say
Yeah.
they're rivals.
Yeah. Yes.
They're,
So
I mean,
The
they're my
rocket
friends.
people.
At least Neva is.
yeah.
Gus thinks everybody's his friend, though.
There's a few people that Gus doesn't consider a friend.
All right. So we are entering Starship combat, which, if memory serves correctly, means that we are going to need an engineering phase first. So, engineer, what would you like to do?
Real quick, Real quick, are you going to overpower? I assume you're not going to divert. Are you going to overpower anything? Because if you are, I have a chief mate action.
I was going to divert power to the engines, I believe.
I can help you do that.
Help me do that, first mate. Catch calls up. Power to the engines! And everybody notes that it's definitely supposed to go the other direction, but he's giving more power to the engines.
So I make
So what are
the
you doing
DC.
first?
I make the DC, which was 16. So if I succeed, if I succeed and you also succeed, then you provide the normal benefit to 2 different systems instead of only one.
Oh, lovely. And what is this action called?
I am doing maintenance panel access, so I just jam my arm and all these tubes and tendrils of nanites spread out and into the circuitry, and it makes it so that you can do what you want to do a bit better.
Neat. I like it. Okay. So, diverting power to the engines, and anybody got any requests? If not, I'll just give power to the guns.
What about the computer? I'd like to be able to scan as effectively as possible. So,
Well,
I don't think I can.
there's some ambiguity here. We're testing out some like new weapons that appeared in the operations starship operations manual. One of the new weapon types is a oh crap, I pasted it in here. An ECM module, an electro countermeasure module, which is a gun that's fired by the science officer. So it's unclear to me whether it's augmented like a science officer role or like a
I don't know that
role.
divert power gives bonuses to the science officer, does it?
Yeah, no. You increase speed. You turn ones into twos, and like. level out
There
the
is a
field,
science.
right?
There is a science officer bonus that you can give. If you send it to the science equipment, all science officers receive +2 bonus to their crew actions this round.
I'll
but
do that.
this is a gunnery check, not a science officer check.
Even though it's by the science officer.
It is a special gunnery check using the ranks in computers and adding neither base attack bonus nor.
You're right. It's in that text that I pasted.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is a gunnery action.
Sounds. Let's rule it as a gun then. It is something that's going to happen during the gunnery phase.
but I roll it.
Yes,
Well.
but not necessarily every round.
Okay.
Yes, but you will be responsible for rolling it.
All right, I'll read this after I roll my engineering check. Let's just get the rolls out of the way.
Having this gun also means, Liz, that you're going to need to, in the engineering phase, decide which thing you're doing. Whether you're doing a science officer thing or shooting that gun.
Mm-hmm.
We will resolve
science
that
officer
after. Yes. Yeah, you get one action around. We will resolve that after this engineering. So that was an 18, which beats the DC, which is a 16 with your current ship's tier.
Lovely.
So you are going to get a +2 to your ship's speed, and all ones turn into 2s on weapon damage dice rolled this round. Very cool. Thank you, Leif. Thank you, Jet. And now, Liz, would you like to scan this round? It sounds like during the engineering phase, you need to tell us whether you're going to scan or use the ECM, which is going to be on the gunnery phase.
Okay. So I would like to scan first.
Okay.
Because
That
I
sounds like a
need to
great
know what
idea.
these guys are doing. So
All right.
here's a computers check. That's a 25 plus. Oh,
Will
Just minor point of order, because we're going to go on to the helm phase in just a second. But
Yeah.
you have to choose what station you're at during the engineering phase. But it's not actually the helm phase yet until after I roll our initiative.
Yeah. She just jumped the gun on the die roll, but
Yeah.
we will.
You're not even that early.
one.
Yes, I am. You know me. I'm a kind and benevolent GM. You can
thank you.
absolutely keep that roll. So that was because that was a baller roll. That was a 31,
Very well.
all told. So yeah, you're gonna know a lot about these things. But first, Nick, please give me
Opposed
a
piloting check.
opposed piloting check for initiative. Oh, that means I
23.
need to actually open their character sheets, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That would help. Right. So, pilot. Yes.
Leif killing it with the music again today.
Yeah. So one of them got a 26. The other got a 16. So we're doing that fun thing where red is going to go first, and then blue is going to go after you all. So, so red, you see red sort of zipping ahead, seeing this new challenger, though it is going to turn around. These guys have a pretty decent movement speed. Good is 1 turn rating of 1, correct?
I think so. That sounds right.
Yeah.
I can double check for you while you move about. Worst case scenario, we're wrong.
All right, so they're just gonna zip on down to you.
Oh, that's nice. We want to be close too.
Oh well, they don't know that. They are going to
find
roll.
out.
Yeah, I guess they are. They're gonna roll a maneuver, and that maneuver
Good is indeed 1.
perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
They rolled their maneuver, and now it is the Severance Package's turn.
Sweet. We just want to get right up next to him, don't we?
With them in our forward arc.
With them in our forward arc, right. Let's just do the basic this round and try to do evade. A 24.
Remind me, when do we get the information from science? Isn't that during helm phase?
It is during helm phase, so
So if we can
Could
find out
happen
where their
before the
guns are,
piloting
we can
act.
avoid that.
yeah.
So then, oh look, Liz rolled a 31 on her science officer check. What a great roll.
Yay.
So the DC for this is 5 plus 1.5 times the ship's tier. Checking my cheat sheet. Yeah. Yep. So you are going to get just all of the information. So this is a BMC Mauler. It is a ship made in the Veskarium. It is a tiny fighter frame. So very small, typically a one-man operation, 1 to 2 complement, in fact. And let's see, you want to know weapons and defenses. So their AC is 19, TL 18. Total hull points 40. Current shield 40, 10 in each arc. Weapons, they have a light plasma cannon and a tactical nuclear missile launcher, both in the forward arc.
All right.
That is it.
Sweet. In that case, let's see, you said the blue is forward. Let me zoom in. All right, towards facing us. That's easy enough. I got a 24. Our base of maneuvers. And we will zoom. We want them in our forward arc.
Them in
So
our
do
forward
it.
and us not in their forward.
Right. So let's do a little whoop. 9. Right. Yeah. We can go right there. That puts us slightly wrong. Let me put us back. Hold on. Please hold. I zoomed in too much. Can't see what I'm doing. All right, so we're headed this way. We need to move 1, and then we can turn. Turn.
We can just move 4 to the north and then turn right. Yeah. That
We have to
doesn't
move.
need-
What? We don't have a move. We can't turn in place.
You don't need to. We don't need to use all of our movement, right?
We can't turn in place. We have a maneuverability of good. We have to move 1 square before we can turn.
Right. So we just move 1, 2, 3, 4, and then turn.
But we would have to go into their. No, we can't. No, if we go like this, we would have to then turn into their space.
You don't move when you
No,
turn.
you can. Yeah, no. Turning is at the same time as you move into that space. You could then begin turning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then we will move there. And with a 24, what's the
Their AC
The-
is
No, not their AC. The DC for evade is 10 plus 1.5 times our starship's tier. So that's a DC 16. So we have a +2 circumstance bonus to our AC and TL. So let's start the next round.
Lovely.
And that's it for piloting.
Okay, we're moving on to BMC Muller the Blue, who is going to similarly zip around. Yeah, that's
Big old cuddle fight over here.
yeah. I think they are satisfied with where they end. So yeah, they're just gonna zoom. Oh wait, they had their friend in their arc. That's awkward. There we go. They only moved 8 of their 10, so they are able to get there no problem. And they are going to get in position and then roll their piloting check as well. And that's good. Okay. So we move on to the gunnery phase, which I'm very excited for.
Yeah.
You wanna let me go first?
Sure.
And then all right, cool. Because I have a feeling yours might be a little bit more intricate. I'm just gonna
I don't know
fire.
about that.
I'm just gonna fire this big old tactical nuclear missile launcher at you all, and nothing's gonna go wrong. So we're gonna fire. Don't think you have computer bonuses. That is a 21 versus your TL.
What is our TL?
That's a great question.
I'm seeing it as 17 plus 2 because of the evasive maneuvers. So that's a hit.
All right. So this missile has a speed of 10, so it locks onto you all, and then since it is fewer than 10 hexes away, it just will slam right into you.
Hold on. Don't we get to shoot at it with a flak thrower before it hits?
That's true.
If it,
We do have
if
a
it's
point
a
weapon.
target lock it.
Yep.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
get
with the
shot.
flak thrower.
Yes, you
Yeah,
do.
so how does this work again? It's point plus 8.
Point plus
Yeah.
8.
Means
If-
that if. Go ahead, Tom.
Well, I was going to waffle.
gonna
Nick, do
copy
you know
paste
exactly?
Yeah,
Oh,
we get a
perfect.
+8 to shoot target lock things specifically.
Yes.
Yes, but then what's the the DC for
you
this
have to
gunnery
hit
check
it.
equal-
It's speed plus 8, I think, is what it is.
Speed plus 10
there.
is what Simon has posted. So our gunner, which is Morayoff, can now take a shot with the flak thrower with a plus 8 bonus.
Take
Yeah,
it
so
down.
As the missile flies towards the severance package, Moraeus swarms kind of like buzzes particularly loudly in the hive, and then the camera zooms out to show the ship that's rapidly zooming towards the red bad guy ship. The turret on top spins around, aims, and a little laser fires at the. Oh, I guess it's a flak thrower. So it's it throws sort of a shotgun blast of metal towards the missile, and let's see what happens if I press this button.
The suspense.
Is the mod correct? So it's adding a 9.
Which is Bab is 4.
approximately right.
What's your dex?
My Bab is 4 and my Dex is 5.
So that
yeah,
does
that's
not have
right.
the 8 added into it. So
Ah, you're right. So 8 above that.
23.
So, 23.
Yeah, you shoot down my missile.
Yay!
So
Yeah.
a bunch of garbage just pops out of this turret, I guess, and the missile's like, "Ooh, yum yum," and explodes on with the garbage. So you successfully deflect my missile attack. Curse you. Now And then red does not have a weapon to fire at you all because, as you so astutely observed, it only has weapons in its forward arc. So go ahead and make your gunnery check, Severance Package.
Yeah, so as the severance package gets shoots down the missile, it looms really close to the red ship, and within their hive, Marath has sort of some piloting controls, like they can only make small, fine-tuned maneuvers, but that's all that's needed for this one, because as the severance package comes close, the hammer shape sort of swings sideways and then smashes down towards the ship. Using our heavy blade hull, a melee weapon.
That's so weird.
Heavy blade hull. Well, I mean, how could you resist with a hammer-shaped?
Well,
star?
yeah, obviously, it's still.
I'm going to use the computer if that's okay. Do we have enough
Fine.
notes?
Yes, we have 2 actually. There's one for me and one for you. I forgot about it.
Oh my god!
That's 9 plus 9 is 18. It didn't add the 2. I don't think the computer's on here.
Okay. Well, either way,
So that's a 20.
20.
And the type is like a
Ooh.
winky face with an eye patch?
Yeah, I'm very
That's how I'm
confused.
interpreting it.
Well, that's a heck of a lot of damage. Thank goodness that this starship took evasive maneuvers on its turn, because that missed by 1.
No! You
Hold on,
monster!
no, take a +1. We have a +1.
Oh, do
we do.
you? I haven't been watching chat.
Sorry,
I
Tom.
also have not been watching chat because I only have one screen right now. And it does say, fire the missiles!
Well, these aren't missiles, but would you like to fire them anyway?
We would, yes. We would like to use that +1 to bring the hammer down.
Bring the hammer down.
God. All right, so this is
from
red
Mystery Legos.
one. Thank you, Mystery Legos, for giving these folks their first good hit with this starship, and a palpable hit at that. That is to their starboard arc. All of the shields, believe it or not, wink out on that starboard arc, and they take just a stupid amount of damage. So 10,
Critical threshold?
20. Oh, you're getting more than one critical threshold, my friend. So their critical threshold is 7. You did 21 damage to them, to their hull. So
Roll it 3 times, I guess.
please roll me, Simon, would you like to do the honors of 3 D100?
Sure. Does this... Oh, yeah, this sheet has one.
I'm sorry. Okay, so
I'm suspicious about rolling 30 twice in a row, but I guess it worked.
it is, I mean, it's a very small chance, but yeah, you definitely definitely did it.
Let me
So-
click a few more
It
times
might
just
be
to make sure
infinitesimal,
that...
but you know.
Oh, yeah, it's working.
So you just pronk up their sensors array, I guess, because you rolled 2 30s, which is both sensors, and then their life support starts glitching. So now they're
That's
having a
gonna be
hard time.
distracting.
Yeah, now they're having a real bad time. And
Not to mention the power of the ship sticking out of the side of theirs.
BMC Mahler the Blue it just gets like a radio signal from them. Just, oh my God, these guys are crazy. They just rammed their ship into ours. Send backup. And that's going to be the end of round 1 of Starship Combat. I know we said we weren't building a Death Sphere this time, but holy crap, guys.
We didn't build a death sphere.
No, you didn't.
This
You
one is
didn't.
melee.
And it's still very effective. Go figure. Even in Starship Combat, melee
Yeah, I
and
was gonna
Starfinder is
say.
so good.
It's so good. Apparently,
All right,
the solution
so-
to Starship Combat was also melee.
Yes.
So melee is tricky because the movement happens separately, right? So if you, unless you roll well on piloting, you just can't attack.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah, they
is
could
why you
just-
want to have a backup on your turret, which you have a flat cannon. That's not exactly backup, but you have
No,
something you can fire.
No, we went hard.
As long as we're in close range, it counts as a backup. I think it's out to
Fine.
5 hexes,
That's
but
why
it
we-
only hits out to those 5 hexes.
That's
Yeah.
part of why we put the duo node on it.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Well, top of round 2, my friends. Let's go with anybody want to change roles? And is this when Liz has to?
Yeah, I was going to say, I
tell
think
us.
Auntie Nuna is going to move over to wherever her station is to fire that EMC. ECM?
Yes.
EMC,
EM.
Electronic countermeasure.
probably
ECM.
electromagnetic. Oh,
Leif, are you going to divert or overpower this turn as well?
I am going to divert again.
I will do the same thing I did last time then.
Okay.
perfect. All right.
Huh, so shouldn't make it onto the sheet. I got.
What didn't?
All right, Jet,
Oh,
roll
this thing you're
your
talking about.
Oh yeah.
Jet. Roll that athletics check to access maintenance panels. Uh-oh.
I rolled poorly. I failed by 1. I think we were given another +1 if we want me to help, but if we're not worried, then I'm
We
fine.
do have a couple more.
I guess that's something you have to declare before you roll, though. I was going to say you can use the computers, but
I'm leaving the computers for the pilot and the gunner. I don't want to touch those if I can avoid
fair.
it.
Bud Stubble says, "Bring them down."
All right, we'll take it then.
Okay.
Butt double.
Thank you, Butt Stubble. So I will be diverting power to the same places again, engines and guns, if Liz is moving over to the guns. And
Yep.
it would be good to resolve that where Liz is going to be before I make my checks, just so
We
I
did.
know where to send the power.
We did. Yep.
I'm just saying for future reference down the line.
Absolutely.
Okay. We will
All
tend
right.
to always remember.
That is your all's engineering phase done. Can you guess what Red is desperately trying to do?
Fix things, probably.
Yeah.
Hold it together.
Yeah.
If they had any sense, run away.
That
right?
would be that would be nice if they had somebody in the engineer position. Remember how I said this was a two-person complement? Anyway,
One dude in there.
yeah, it's just a couple of dudes being guys in a tiny little starship. Anyway, let's go on to piloting. Opposed piloting checks, please.
You got it. Use the computer.
Ooh.
29.
Man. Oh, man. All right. So, one, aka Red, rolled a 31. Blue, aka 2, rolled a 28. I really thought I had you this time. So, 20. That means Blue is going first. And then.
Hold on. So Sloan used the computer, right? So that brings it up to 31.
Yeah, I mean, it should be in there. I was just checking it. But
I don't think I
it has
saw
a
it.
2 insight. That's
ability.
it.
+4, +3, +4, +1, +1, +2.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
might
big
actually be
computer
a
bonus.
31. I don't see it either.
Yeah.
What happens on a tie? I forget.
I think it's GM Fiat. No, it's ranks. It's ranks in piloting, which Sloan has them on.
Four.
So, taking that computer's bonus, Sloan, let's just call it a 31.
I'm also trying to
And
figure out why there's a -1 in there.
yeah, I saw that. So, I tell you what, you all will go last, which is exciting for
Okay.
you. So, Blue and Red both
Ship.
have to do piloting things. Red is going to.
It's either the hull or it's the engines. It might be the engine since we have the highest speed that usually affects your piloting checks.
Yeah, this is a speedy boy. Let's see. This red BMC baller is just BMC baller. Mauler is going to zip down here and try and get into a position where it can fire at you all. Man, having all your weapons in the front arc is rough when you're not the PCs. Blue is then similarly going to... you know what? Blue's just going to back up, I think. So they will do that. And then roll the appropriate piloting check. Oh, yeah. And then, and Red has to roll for their maneuver as well. Oh, man, that's where I get the nat 20. Cool. All right, so we move on to no science officers. Let's go to gunnery. Nope, let's go to you all piloting.
Which way is the
alright.
red ship facing? North?
They are facing north towards you, yes.
Helm phase, you mean, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
said
Sorry,
piloting.
this is your helm phase.
I was like, wait a minute, we couldn't have gotten back around that fast. I know I was opening things on the ship sheet, but no way. All right, let's see. They're trying to get away. We went after blue last time, right?
You
No, I
hit
think
red.
it was red.
It was red.
Yeah,
Well,
so we
let's
do a
just
Yui.
follow it some more.
Oh, no, you don't.
So we move one, turn, one. And that's not their forward, is it?
Nope.
All right. We spun around in a thiswardly direction, opening them up, and I'll go ahead and try and evade again. For funsies. The DC is 16, so that it will give us a +2 to our AC and TL for this round.
Okay. Not that it's going to be that necessary, because you're really far away from the one guy. We'll see what happens, though. Miracles can happen. So let's go on to the gunnery phase. You all go first this time.
Miracles are reserved for the players. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Liz, let me use the hammer first because it may mean that we don't need the other one.
Okay.
Using the computer, even though I guess the sheet isn't taking it into account. Yeah, so that's a
For some reason.
28.
Very strange. It wasn't marked as the computer, so that was probably why, but now it is. So I don't know what's going on.
All right, so a 28 is obviously going to hit their AC. You
A bit
got
lower damage.
Yeah, a bit lower damage. You got the weapons boosted this round, which translates into that 1 turning into a 2 for a total of 20.
I just noticed something. We're rolling 5d8 damage with our heavy blade hull, and Nethys reports that we're supposed to be doing 68.
Oh, must have
Well,
ended it
son
wrong.
of a
Roll another D8.
Oh, you're right. Wow.
Also, did we mention that one is also a 2?
Yes, we
Yep.
did. Oh, goodness. All right,
So add, I guess, 6 damage, so 25.
25 to their
That's
They
their
were-
starboard.
starboard. Wouldn't you know it? That's the arc that you hit last round. So this ship just gets rent in two, I guess. There's just a giant hole in it now. It's not rent as in like destroyed, the people inside are going to die, because that's not how starship combat works. Instead, you have disabled this ship as your heavy blade hull just sort of slams into it. There's a big hole and or dent, whatever you prefer to describe it as.
Sweet.
There's a big old hole in it, but I'm sure that they have shielding to prevent the loss of compression and oxygen.
I prefer, since it's a hammer and since our ship is like fairly a fair bit bigger than theirs, I prefer it's just sort of the metal of their ship basically has warped to take the shape of our hammerhead, just sort of folds around it and then drifts off listlessly in circles.
Yeah, they are definitely disabled. They do begin slowly rotating through the vacuum of space with a
Go all
giant.
the way with it. It's Team Rocket's blasting off again, and they fly off into the distance and become a star.
Yes.
Oh, dear.
That ship is disabled. You monsters. So, all right, that's going to be that, and then.
Hold on. The other weapon is short range, but that's 2-3 range increments. Auntie Nuna can still fire at the other ship because it's not.
Yeah, it's just at a -6.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I did not
All right.
as well.
Okay. All right. So this is a D20 plus 4 for her ranks in computers, plus 3 for the for her int.
You can
Minus-
roll a computer's check.
Yeah, I would just
Yeah.
roll a computer's check,
Well-
and won't count your expertise die because she doesn't have anything.
Or
added
any
in
insight
during
bonuses
the
or
macro.
anything like that. Yeah.
That's a 13. And then minus
also
6. There's
Minus 3 because you only
Well-
get ranks and
Yeah, but that's No, it's ranks and is it ranks and not class skill?
Not class skill.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so no, she did not roll well.
It's a super
She rolled
roll
a 3
well.
on the d20, so no.
Yeah. Well, you'll have that. So
try.
the
Mm-hmm.
ECM shot goes wide, and then they are going to try and fire a missile at you all. They being blue. Oh, I guess I can close Red's sheet, huh?
Yeah, they're blasted off again.
They have been blasted off. Once again, does a 21 hit your TL?
Yes, but is the missile fast enough to get to us this turn?
No, that's the cool thing about missiles. The missile is going to travel 10 hexes towards you all, and then next round, the gunner will roll another attack against you, and if it hits your TL, then the missile will continue traveling towards you. It's just something that doesn't really happen that often.
Yeah.
So the missile is right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The missile is right there. I have drawn it on the map as a blue rectangle.
Sweet.
My artistic skills are unparalleled. Let us continue on to round 3.
Yeah, you should do our character art for next season.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All blue squares.
We're all rectangles. Yeah.
We're all rectangles, except Simon, who will
Slightly
be,
different rectangles.
68,000 rectangles. Because obviously you're never going back from Spathane. So let's...
Or they'll just
Simon will
be a
be two
bunch
squares.
of triangles.
Yes.
They'll be...
Okay, round 3. Fight. So let's get any station changes, friends. I just have to offer it. Jet.
Just 1 second. I was considering moving same station, but going on a different phase. I can do hard turn if that would help Nick. It would increase our maneuverability. I don't know how tight of a turn we need to make.
I don't think we need to make. We have lots of space, so.
Okay, I'll just keep doing what I was doing and helping Leif.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right.
Okay.
You roll
Then-
first, so I know how many I get.
I super help you.
Yay.
We might want more speed this time, though, because.
More speed.
Yeah, they're
No,
14
they've been
hexes
giving you-
away.
That's what I've been
They've
doing.
been giving you more speed.
We have a need for speed.
Okay, cool.
Speed and guns.
Speed and guns.
Make the roll.
Which is coming up. 19 still makes it. I imagine Ketch and Jet are in the engine room during all of this, and Ketch is just like, not those wires, don't pull those wires out the other ones!
I actually picture Gus being pretty sedentary. Originally I was thinking of pulling a panel off and sticking my hand into some wiring, but then the more I thought about it, and with Simon's description of his station, I feel like there's just a socket, kind of like a blood pressure cuff, but for the entire arm, that I just like lock my arm into, and the nanites just start flushing through the ship.
Okay, well, in that case, Ketch is like, your nanites are in my way, and just like brushes a bunch of them off on his panel.
Just like
Raise
you're
your
just
hand.
you're
and, like,
sitting there, you're not helping.
And like, wherever Gus's nanites are like helping, like that area is starting to like light up with like circuitry lines of like a reddish orange glow.
Cool.
Dig it.
I just pictured Gimli from Return of the King, where the ghosts are coming up on him, and he's just desperately blowing them away from his face. That's Ketch with the nanites. So,
Yes, 100%.
all right, good. So we have diverted power to guns and engines. Let's go on to opposed piloting checks.
All right.
Down this jousting lane that we've created for ourselves here
With a bomb in the middle.
with a bomb.
31.
Wouldn't you know it? I also rolled a 31. That's the second 19 that this ship has rolled. So please let me go first. So the
Of course.
blue, you're too kind. Blue is going to move. They're just gonna.
No, after you.
Yes, no, I insist. Oh my goodness. They're gonna, they can just keep firing missiles at you. So seeing that you want to get close to them, they're not gonna want to get close to you all. So they're probably going to, I guess, just go this way. Nope, that's cheating.
You're gonna make me zoom out, aren't you?
I am. Listen, Simon, you're the one who always wants bigger starship maps.
It's true.
They will go here and then turn this direction. And they are pretty confident that they are too far away for you all to get to them. I might be wrong. I didn't actually measure it out because that doesn't feel right.
I think
Anyway.
you're right.
Just whoosh, swoosh. Well, in that case, there is not a stunt to make me go faster, is there? No.
Not at this level.
Not at this level. So I suppose we'll just do our best to get close as we can.
Yep. Try to get in close range.
Yeah. I mean, we've got 14.
Yeah, should be able to get
we
within
still have a
5
turn
hexes.
of 1, and you'll have to like take a UE.
Oh no, I put it down too fast. Go back, go back. So we gotta go this way. Then we go up. 4. 11. 14. We're doing a chase.
It's a heckin' chase.
It's at 7 hexes. As close as we can get.
Yeah.
And I'll evade.
Okay.
23 to evade. That'll do
You
it.
evade. All right. And now we are. Oh, I need to figure out the turn radius on a tactical nuclear missile.
I think missiles have a turn radius of
Missiles are
0.
all perfect. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Perfect. All right. Perfect. Great. So then, how many times can you do that point missile thing?
Once per round.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Now the question is, can I target you with my tactical nuclear missile launcher if you're not in the front arc? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so either, because otherwise that would effectively be a turret missile launcher no matter what arc you put it in. So
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So this round, the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to shoot down this missile probably as it is.
I think you can shoot if it's in the adjacent part,
Really?
but you take a minus to that.
I think
No,
there's
just
a
making
weapon
things up.
property. No, I think there's a weapon property for that called broad arc.
Yeah, gyro laser has that.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking
Yeah,
about. Okay,
yeah.
Never mind.
All right.
Never mind.
That's okay. For now, no matter what it is, we will rule it as I can't fire on you all. And the only thing that's going to happen this gunnery phase is this missile is going to move towards you all and explode unless you blow it up with your point blank shot.
I'm gonna.
A font of encyclopedic knowledge. Just the encyclopedia has been jumbled up and de-alphabetized.
I will save the computer bonus for Nuna's roll.
Right.
I think.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, what's the worst you could roll, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're GM, so you tempted the fate, not us. You hear that
What are
fate?
shields for, if not to absorb
So
a nuclear
25.
A 25 is, of course, more than the 20 that you needed to beat. So that
Yeah.
missile is also slapped down by the scrap metal ejected from your flak throat.
Take that, missiles.
Yeah. I got 3 of those left. Of course, assuming that you all don't, brutalize this ship too with your hammerhead.
That's a
Auntie Nuna.
pretty big assumption. All right.
Yeah.
Auntie Nuna is going to. I almost said cast.
It's going to
she's
cast
gonna-
ECM.
Roll that d20 plus 3 plus 4. And that's 26.
Oh, snap.
So there are some odds here. -2 for range, -2 because they have shields up.
Okay.
And
Okay.
shield-
What
And
is this
then-
attacking? Their AC?
I looked
What-
this up, and now
What's
I
the bonus
forget.
from the computer? Because I don't think
Yeah, I was
that
gonna
got
say.
factored in.
Computers
It did
+2.
+2,
And it's against the
and
TL.
You hit?
there are notes in the I didn't realize you guys kept saying ECM, but you mean the Navsgram projector, right?
So the Navsgram projector, its type is electronic countermeasure module.
Right.
But yes, it is the Navsgram projector.
Okay. And why don't you tell the audience what the heck is a Navsgram projector? Obviously,
well, I
I
don't
know
want to
what it
roll
is. I just
Liz's.
want,
I don't want to roll Liz's check, so I'm not clicking it.
Well, it looks like she already did the 26, right?
That's not the
there's a button on the sheet.
on the sheet. There are notes in it. I don't think it'll do computers in there.
Okay. So then, somebody tell me, what does a Navsgram projector do?
Yeah, so it projects a burst of subatomic particles to interfere with and overload navigational equipment. If it hits by reaching the enemy ship's TL, the pilot of a starship affected by it must roll their piloting check twice and take the worst result next round.
Oh. Cool. Very handy for a melee-based starship.
Yeah, so it feels very silly because we've won every piloting round, but surely, eventually, Nick will roll poorly.
Indeed.
Maybe.
Well, I mean,
It
now
can
you're
happen.
closing in on them. I don't know that they can actually get far enough away from you this round. You just, by the nature of melee, you had to get further away from this one to go kill their other friend.
Sure, but
So-
remember that even if we're right next to them, if they win the piloting check, they can basically be immune to melee.
Right. Yes. No, yeah. What I'm saying is even winning the piloting check didn't help you get close enough to this guy last round,
This
for
round,
instance.
indeed. Although it did help us to
But-
stay out of the arc of the
Yes. Moral of the story, Liz and Auntie Nuna have scrambled their nav, and they're going to have to roll worse. Roll twice, take the worst next round. So, let us
Sucks to them.
Yeah, sucks to suck. Round 4, I want to say. Round 4 of Starship Combat. And obligatory change stations if you want. But otherwise, sounds like Gus, go ahead and tell Catch what you're going to do.
I think I'm going to just keep doing what I'm doing, and just more pulsing orange-red energy is just going to start flowing through probably the weapon systems and the engines at Catch's direction. My nanites are following Catch's directions.
Uh-huh.
But I failed.
They're good
and
boys
even a
too.
+1
Oh,
can't
no.
save me. Yeah.
They fail poorly. All right.
I did not
That's
fail by a big enough margin to mess us up, though.
That's
That's
Oh,
good.
good. I appreciate that. We're just going to give some speed.
Speed. Thank you.
The DC 16, right?
Yes, it is.
Marvelous.
Yep, it is.
All right.
So that is a +2 to your ship's speed this round. Let's get a post-piloting checks.
You got it. Pilot. There we go. And that is a 28 with the +2.
I rolled a 1 on my first roll.
Ah.
So they're going first, and they are going to... Man, fighting a melee opponent in space is really hard to position around. This is good, because it used to just be, oh, I'm just going to sort of fly and, do things. But now, I, as the GM, have to think a lot harder about what I'm...
Where you're going? What you're doing?
Yeah, how I'm positioning them. They went that way, then they turn.
I just like to
then-
think Outlaw Star for our inspiration.
They're a melee ship and Outlaw Star.
Yeah, they have grappler ships with arms, and they wield axes and handguns in space.
Delicious.
Yeah, my thing is now they have handguns, actual handguns. It's like, why don't you just, never mind.
To be fair, they also have missile
Just
systems,
anime.
but they're not part of the arms.
Yeah, that sounds pretty dope. All right, so they've done their piloting phase. Please go ahead and do yours, Captain Sloan.
And they're facing
All
southeast.
right.
They are facing southeast, yes. Their forward is in the southeast. So naturally, you foil my
Bam.
hope.
Naturally.
And a piloting to evade, because why not? Not initiative. Come on. There we go. That's an evade. +2 to our AC and TL.
Okay.
Knock him out of the sky, Mariah.
Now that they can fire this turn, because you got out of their armor. Yep, Morath will wind up the ship and swing batter.
Oh my god.
23.
Oh my gosh.
For 36 damage.
What the hell?
Oh, actually, sorry, that should be. Oh, you already updated it. 68.
I did. Yep.
Good God. So what arc is this? This is their star. Nope,
That's
this is their port.
Yeah.
Their port, yep. So their port is, believe it or not, out of shields. And then 26 down. I don't even feel badly. I don't even feel badly telling you this. They have 9 hull points left. So go ahead and roll me 3 critical thresholds once again.
Oh, sorry, ignore the last one. So sensors, weapons, forward arc.
No, and it would be power core. Thank you so much.
Yeah, those are the weapons in the forward arc.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is lucky because that's the only place there were weapons.
Oh my god, yeah. What a roll. So, well, actually, I guess I would roll of the arcs that they have weapons in. So it was destined to be the forward arc regardless. But, so their sensors are now... I guess this is... I might have made a mix-up before. That's okay. The other ship was the one that had these things glitching. The sensors are glitching. The weapons in the forward arc are glitching.
And the power core is glitching.
Power core is glitching. I hate that.
Oh,
That's the worst one.
You remember how I said I don't have an engineer? I still don't have an engineer. So
What? No way.
Yeah.
Promote someone.
You haven't been able to
Promote
order one?
someone.
field promotion to engineer. Do it. So Liz, would Auntie Nuno like to fire that ECM once again?
Yes, she would be very happy to.
Excellent.
Oh no, she rolled a toot.
Natural 2.
So, I mean, like, other than rolling a natural 1, that's gonna be, yeah. So
Yeah, that's like down there in the bottom percentile of rolls that you can get. So,
Yep.
but that's okay. Because I think it's not going to be much longer now, honestly.
Yeah.
So let us continue on to round 5 of Starship Combat. Jet, make that roll. Tell us what you're doing.
All right. I am directing my nanites to continue assisting Catch, and here's hoping they listen this time. They were a little bit naughty last turn. They heed my call.
Good.
Okay. Catch, go ahead and make the engineering.
All right. And there it is for you. 29 for, you guessed it, speed and guns.
Woof. Okay. Too bad there aren't degrees of critical success in this system, because that definitely would have been a crit. So we move on to
Someday.
the helm phase.
All right.
5 years, Nick.
Opposed-
Hopefully 5 years.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. It won't have to be 10.
Opposed piloting checks.
You got it. Pilot. Ooh, that's 17.
They got a 30.
No.
You are going
This was
first.
the turn we needed it.
This was the turn. I mean, every turn is really the turn that you needed,
No,
but this was to seal the deal.
Did they roll twice this turn? Because this is when they were supposed to roll twice.
Yeah.
Wait. No,
but
they...
Liz
No,
missed.
no,
Yeah.
Liz missed.
Yeah, she
Liz-
missed this turn. It's this turn. Wait.
No.
Tom already did
New
the one
turn.
where he rolled twice, but he rolled a 1 on the first roll.
Yeah.
And that was
Yep.
the last pass through.
Yep.
Yeah, remember, gunnery phase is at the end of the turn. It affects the next turn.
Well, you know what I suppose we'll do then? Since we're right here, let's just do a flyby, because then we can use our melee, because it will count treat the range as 1 hex with a flyby.
Oh no, you're right. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. I mean, what
my
the hell is the
gosh.
point of a flyby if you can't use your heavy ramming blade prow, whatever the heck?
All right.
All right, make it happen.
I'm making a piloting check. Oh, that's not going to do it. Let's
You
see
want
what
to use a
happens.
reroll?
I do want to use a reroll. In fact,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. To finish the fight.
All right, I have to open the requests queue. Reroll. Ghost says, enjoy. Thank you, Ghost. We'll hopefully we will enjoy this. Ready? Here we go. Fingers crossed. That's a 26.
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Yes.
And the flyby is DC 15 plus 1.5 times their tier.
Their tier's only 2. So you wait.
Sweet.
Did you even need to? You didn't need to use a reroll. I'm sorry. I thought the DC was higher than that. So you have an extra reroll in the bank right now.
I'll probably need it for the melee attack.
15 plus 1.5 times CR would be 18.
So we don't provoke, and during the gunnery phase, we can attack with any one as if the range were 1, which is perfect for us. So we'll just zoom right through. And you know what? Just to be jerks, we're going to go in a circle like this.
I'm waiting to see it
14.
play
Okay,
out on
ready?
roll
Here goes. Whoop.
Oh my god.
What a,
Style points. Yeah, all right.
What a
Style
bunch of
points for that.
Just woo.
Spiral attack pattern, go!
What a
The
bunch.
vest from the ship does indeed say, "What a bunch of tools."
We're a hammer.
All right,
what do you expect?
Tools that left you floating dead in
Spinning
space, friend.
Viking hammer. That's what we are.
So the weird thing is that gunnery check doesn't happen until the gunnery phase, correct? It's
Right.
just during the.
But
yeah.
we do get
So-
to treat it as if the range were 1 hex.
So really what's happening here is that cool thing in anime where the guy with the sword cuts somebody and says, "You are already dead," and then they like fall to pieces in half, right? Because
Yep.
they're piloting right now. So anyway, they're gonna pilot now and they're gonna get a shot off before this goes because y'all are jerks. So this ship is just gonna come right up on your aft. And
Oh, we're jerks.
They called us
Yeah.
a tool and they copied us.
Copycats.
I was gonna say.
let's go on to the gunnery phase, my friends. So let me roll my piloting check for evasion. I'm rolling evasion. And then I'm going to make my check first because if I die, but then I have to make a check, that's going to feel anticlimactic. So I'm gonna roll. They've learned that you all have this flak cannon on board, so they're just going to shoot you with a plasma cannon.
that's
Okay.
probably.
But they roll an 8 total. So
Oh no.
yeah, their weapon. Remember how their weapons in the forward arc are glitching? I mean, it would have been a 10 anyway, but whatever. So, all right. Yep. Glad that wasn't the last roll of this combat. Simon, take us home.
Their aim was negatively affected. Their aim was negatively affected by copying our toolish attitude. Oh, gosh.
Oh dear.
Please, Louise,
Oh, Simon.
and a pile of peas.
It is also 32 damage, not 30.
What? And yeah, I think with that, this starship actually explodes
Yeah.
as you hit it with your giant hammerhead.
Like you said, we do the cool anime thing. When we did the flyby, we hit them, and then in the background, as we're flying away with cool, impressive music, just just the cloud and the explosion behind us, and then we put on our sunglasses,
Sunglasses.
Yeah, Mariah,
All 5 of us put on our sunglasses,
including
our
the ship. The
8,000
ship has some sunglasses. We push a button, and then they rise up.
Yeah. Wow. What a finish to that starship combat. Thank you, Simon.
That was
for that
intense.
incredible
Starship
roll.
combat, so much more dynamic when you're a giant hammer hitting things.
Yep.
Yeah, who would have thunk it?
Yes, for the last time. They're called solar filters, and they have nothing to do with shades. Completely different technology.
Oh, I'm sorry, Catch. They look so much like it. They remind me of the show I watched. There's a guy named Kamina, and he had these big pointed shades.
Oh.
This
he
is
used them as
this
a
is a very
boomerang on a giant robot one time.
this is a very Gurren Lagann ship, isn't it?
We hammer
Yeah.
the heavens. We don't pierce them.
Yeah, this is the hammer that will shatter the heavens. So the Wintermourn, like you all get a message from the Wintermourn a couple minutes later saying from Neva Rovo, Hey, thanks for taking care of that for us. Like I said, we owe you one. So we'll catch you next time. And they jet off. So
Sweet.
let's so you all fly off into the sunset, and we'll say, not a day later or so. Notably, you didn't get paid the 10 and or 15 BP from the Veskarium for bringing in Agavana Stoneblood. So you all are you're up 6,500 credits, which is nice. But other than that, you need a job. Luckily,
Yeah, we do.
a day later, Tarika sends you a recorded message. You see her sitting on a stool in a dimly lit room, cradling her wrench, as always. Listen, while y'all were flying around on the Veskarium dime, an old friend of mine called up looking for a hand. Her name's Yatraxo Resman, and she's a storm runner, flying her ship through wild magic through the gas of Vesk 5 to catch star metals that get ejected out of the planet's core. She, raises a paw and, does the, look at the stars kind of thing. It's really hard without my camera on today. But yeah, she gestures. Now, storm running is illegal, but we don't let a little thing like the law get between us and a paycheck, now do we? Old Trax needs a ship to transport her hull from Vesk 5 to a bazaar in the Marixa Republic, far beyond the reach of the Veskarium. I told her you'd be perfect. I'm sending you the coordinates to Quariskt, the Formian colony on Vesk 5 that Trax works out of. She'll meet you there. The camera switches from the crew watching this recording to over Tarika's shoulders in her little wrenched office space back on Absalom Station.
Oh no.
She finishes the recording, fiddles with her giant wrench for a moment, and then hops down off of the stool in front of her workstation. She waddles over to the fridge and pulls a drink out, opening it with her
It's totally
wrench.
safe.
It's totally safe because if she's not, all of us will buy plane tickets and find you, Tom.
Yeah. We will come to New Jersey.
I welcome you all to come to New Jersey once you all are safe.
Simon and I got our vaccinations yesterday.
And mine on
Well.
Monday. Puppy! See, there's a puppy. You can't hurt her.
My dramatic scene.
Sorry for ruining it.
She goes to take.
Update.
All right, no, we are continuing on. We are pushing on because this is important. And now Leif is back, and Leif can hear this as well and suffer. She waddles over to the fridge and pulls a drink out, opening it with her wrench. She goes to take a sip, but sees something in the reflection from the polished metal of the fridge doors that swings shut. A Vesk wearing a heavy combat suit with a black bag and black gloved hands.
No!
She finishes taking a swig of her drink before whirling around and tossing it at the intruder with a cry. The Vesk swoops forward, the bottle shattering against their armored chest, liquid streaming off of them. Tarika brandishes her wrench and says, "Who the hell are—" before the Vesk pulls the bag over her head, and the rest is muffled.
Oh
Her wrench falls to the ground as the door to the office space opens, then slams shut.
Tarika!
She's alive. She has to be.
She's too good for this world. Too pure.
To the ground if they hurt her.
And this was in the video message?
Oh gosh, no.
No, this
No.
was after
No,
she
no.
sent it.
This was from the perspective of yes,
Rad.
the viewing audience, if you will, plus you all, because
Don't worry, guys. She's just at Arby's.
yeah.
She
So-
can be just
Man, this
eating
is some
curly
weird-
fries.
Man, this is a weird viral marketing campaign that they've got going.
They should give,
Well,
they should
the
give us
Night
some
Vale
coupons or
thing.
something.
Stealing all our friends, yeah.
Welcome to Arby's. Please don't worry about the man with the black gloves behind you. He
No.
is just there to escort you to Arby's.
I didn't realize that this podcast was Welcome to Night Vale.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah,
Enjoy
the-
our new curly fry seasoning.
It is to die for. No, really. People have died bringing you this spice. So,
Very well, good night, Val. Well done, Tom.
thank you. Night Vale riffing aside, the good news is your characters don't know anything about what just happened. You just know that you've got a job to do from Tarika, who gave you coordinates to her friend.
Yeah, I guess Sloan is putting in those coordinates, and we're taking off through the drift.
All right.
Not a care in the world.
Not
Yeah.
a care in the world.
Yeah, I mean,
No
you should-
idea our friends are getting kidnapped and taken to Arby's.
Mhm.
Is there a way to look up why this practice is illegal?
Oh yeah, you want to look up storm running?
Yeah.
So, storm running. I'm not even going to make you roll for this because you're in the Veskarium. You know, you can connect to the local infosphere of this planet before. Well, you're in near space, but regardless, storm running is not an uncommon thing. The Storm Runners are a group of fortune hunters that skim resources spat out by the Eternal Rage on Vesk 5. Which is a planet in the Veskarium, as the name implies. We'll get to that in a second. This is obviously highly illegal, as the Veskarium considers itself the sole owner of those resources, and thus the Stormrunners are a rebel organization that has yet to be quashed by the Veskarian government. The planet of Vesk 5, if you are curious, is a purple gas giant surrounded by many moons and a ring of space debris collected over millions of years. Most notable feature on the planet is the Eternal Rage, a massive storm that can be seen from orbit that has existed for all of post-Gap history. It was not there pre-Gap, but once the Vesk reconquered the planet after the Gap, it was there. Vesk 5.1 is the largest moon and primary settlement of the area because, again, Vesk 5 is a gas giant. But Quarisk is just one of the many Formian colonies located in the ring. So, have I mentioned how much I love this book because of all the cool Veskarium things that we do?
Yeah?
Yeah, Tommy, no.
We would have never guessed, you like the Veskarium? What?
Okay, the Veskarium has a lot of bad practices, but you know what? It's kind of like also being a citizen of the United States of America.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hit it on the head.
How's their healthcare system?
terrible.
Probably better. Probably better.
The Vesk
Actually,
side
no.
is better.
That's
God.
probably, the Veskarium probably has socialized healthcare, you know.
Yeah,
Being
but
able to
they're,
use those
working.
reminders.
they're a military autocracy, so like
Right.
they probably have better healthcare than what we have. But regardless,
Almost.
y'all are going to go to Vesk 5, and you're going to
For
help
the
a storm
record,
runner.
I'm happy that you're happy, Tom.
Oh, thank you.
We're so happy. You're so happy.
Oh, well, hold on. Are all of us comfortable with stealing from the Veskarium? No, we are
Yeah.
just kidding.
Sure.
I was gonna say.
Are we stealing? I thought we were liberating.
Yes, Gus, liberating from our vicious bureaucratic overlords.
Stealing is always liberating if you're stealing from bad people.
Remember, Gus, resist.
Resist, Gus, resist.
I feel like Gus is like, you know how he had resist, like the nanites engraved that into his arm? I feel like when he gets notes on exactly what resist and liberating is, like little things are starting, like little bullet points are starting to form across his arm. So he can just look at it and be like, ah.
It's like a memento.
Yeah. It's like a little whatchamacallit?
Cheat sheet?
Not an anagram, it's an acrostic poem. That's what it is. I work in an elementary school. We do those all the time. Acrostic poem where it's like, you know, the R stands for something, the E stands for something, and so on. Yeah.
Mm.
So
Can your kids say that? Acrostic?
maybe if you train them long enough.
Like lacrosse stick.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, all the kids can say lacrosse. It's like, you know, just a hop, skipping away from that. So, as you all fly through the drift, it takes you, 2 days or so to get there because of your fancy drift engine, and you're in near space closer to the Veskarium.
Downtime.
Everyone gets to
yeah.
enjoy baked goods. Gus is making
Oh,
black
boy.
forest profiteroles using spider
Ooh.
milk for the double cream.
Oh, gross.
Gross.
Catch probably loves that.
I won't use bovine dairy products. It feels like cannibalism.
No, just be like, if a human was drinking human breast milk, which is...
Also,
Yeah, I was going to combat with that, but then I was
also
like,
frowned
no.
upon.
Yeah.
I mean, only at a certain age, right?
No,
It's
exactly. That's the
accepted
thing.
in the first few
Gus is
months.
old enough that it's not
Gus is,
accepted.
what, like 40? Something?
He's like 48.
Yeah.
He's like, that just makes me feel incestuous or something. That would be weird.
Yeah. So, Gus makes delicious treats for everybody.
I'm sure Gus puts them into a blender for Morath's convenience.
Of course I would. So that's a 27 because I use my arm for tools.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay. Anybody else can also have some downtime activity if they want, mechanically, flavor-wise, whatever. You're working on your gun, of course. That's not surprising.
Auntie Nuna will maintain readiness or vigilance or whatever the heck that one's called.
Sweet. Morath
lounges, helping Gus cook, but mostly just like offering feedback and asking questions and not helping very much.
Ooh. Yeah.
Gus is probably trying to explain the cooking process, but Gus is, I think, much like biohackers have a studied and instinctive version, he's the instinctive version of a cook.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Morath doesn't mind.
All right. So you all arrive at Vesk 5, and it is indeed this gigantic swirling purple gas giant. It is probably my favorite planet of the Veskarium, if anybody was wondering. Not that anybody asked. Yes, I know it's a bold claim, but it's because it's so cool, and it's the Stormrunners, and I have a character who's a Stormrunner in a different Starfinder game. So, as you all approach Quarisk, Auntie Nuna, you detect on the ship's scanners a massive lightning vortex nearby, which swirls with rare minerals. It's like, oh, that's cool. That's kind of what we're here for, sort of. You also can tell that there's a ship within this storm, which is a little more concerning, because, in fact, it appears to be identified as the Wild Magic, a Kevallari Venture-class starship, and the ship of one Yatraxo Resman, as Tarika told you. It's concerning because your scans tell you that the Wild Magic has sustained heavy damage, which explains why the ship is currently stationary. So, what do you all do?
All right. Hail it. This is the ship we're looking for, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is indeed. You hear a voice over your radio. No video, which says because there's too much interference, and they say, "Who's there? Can't scan a damn thing in this vortex. I'd stay away if I was you. Turns out this storm is home to a lot more than flying rocks. A shard diver jumped us in the middle of our run. Can you believe it? Get out of here before it does the same to you."
We're here to help.
don't believe
Tarika sent us.
What? Oh, Tarika sent you. Okay. You're the Severance package then. Okay. Well, listen, if you're not gonna leave, best you can do is sort of, get us out of here. I don't know how you're gonna do it though. And we are actually
out of there.
Hold tight. We'll figure something out.
So what we
When
do,
all you have is a hammer.
so what we do is we find a big rock and we hit it cricket or croquet style, and then that rock will fly into the cloud and nudge them out of the cloud, right?
Not a terrible plan, Gus.
You keep that one in mind for backup.
So we've got another starship map. Surprise!
What?
You didn't get one starship combat today. You got two starship combats.
What a treat.
What?
Hey, look, that first one was delightful. So I felt that this one would be, and this one has some special rules to it, which is very fun. So,
I love it.
remember
we get
that
+2 because Nuna was maintaining readiness, so we get +2 to our initiative. Sorry, continue.
Oh, okay. I think that's just for your initiative roll in like a land-based combat.
Nope.
Not. Oh, really?
It says this downtime activity. If this downtime activity is interrupted by combat, including starship combat.
Wow.
Ooh. All right.
Sweet.
Excellent. So then, yes, you will get a +2 bonus to your initiative check here. So let me describe the lay of the land here. And for this one, it is important to remember that each hex on a Starship Combat grid does represent like
Miles.
Yeah. So in the grand scheme of things, this 7 hex diameter lightning storm doesn't actually look like a very big lightning storm, but it is. So this yellow grid is, in fact, the lightning storm. What was that, Leif?
Said 7 kilometers across. That's pretty large.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Because of lightning
So
storm.
this is the lightning storm outlined in yellow. Things may happen if you go into the lightning storm, but you kind of need to in order to get your friends out. And by your friends, I mean your clients. Then the green X is the net, the energy net of the wild magic. So let's see. So you can see on your scanner that the wild magic's energy nets have come loose from the ship and lie 2 hexes away from them. Green X on the map. Vortex storm is that 7 hexes in diameter, marked in yellow, and then there is a shard diver lurking about in this storm, hungry for the minerals that it provides. The wild magic alerted you to the fact that there was a shard diver here, so you do sort of scan 2 large shapes in this storm as you're going. The wild magic is incapacitated currently. You will need to get some way to get them out. Anybody have any ideas right now before we sort of go into starship rounds?
We don't have a shuttle bay, do we? We need a
No.
shuttle.
Or 4-kilometer long towing cables.
Or we need one of those breaching things so we could just ram another ship and then transfer personnel.
Yeah, you know what? We don't need a shuttle. Can we dock with the ship?
And repair it.
Get old Ketch over there. He'll fix things up.
But don't
They-
presumably. Go ahead.
We should be able to, but I don't think we could do it in combat.
Docking with them in the middle of this lightning storm is going to be impossible.
Okay.
What is this net? The green X again?
The energy net, typically used for collecting minerals and whatnot. It is a large net. We won't say a mile long, but it is a large net that would fit a starship.
Laser nets
How is it-
are the main component of space trash.
I mean, it being
How
a
is it
mile long
controlled?
isn't out of the question because
No.
don't we have actual ships on Earth right now that send out mile-long ships or mile-long nets?
Yes, that was the joke.
Oh, I suppose so. So this net is controlled. It's physically okay. So typically it would be attached to your ship in a mechanical sense. And let's see, Gus and Ketch get the idea that you could actually sort of hook this up. Seeing that net, you two think that you might be able to rig this up onto your ship in a temporary fashion through the cargo hold, sort of as an anchor, in order to then maneuver it over using some fancy flying. You might be able to maneuver this over the wild magic.
Okay.
So
We would have to enter the storm, though.
yes, you will. Which it's looking kind of unavoidable to enter the storm in order to rescue the wild magic. The wild magic isn't going to get fixed anytime soon. They are in danger from the storm. The storm is going to be doing some damage. But
Do we know like why? What do we expect to handle it better than them? Like, did they just have weaker shields than us, or
Were they just caught unawares?
yeah?
Sounded like
Like, are there
yeah.
precautions we can take?
little column A, little column B. You might be better flyers than them, but only one way to find out, unfortunately, in this situation.
Go in there.
Yeah. So
Got it.
let me explain the process to you of what I'm going to need from you to get this net. So you'll need an engineering check to craft a hook, and we don't need to do this yet. Engineering check to craft a hook in order to hook the net and be able to reel it in. This check can be made once a round and takes the entire round. Then you'll need to pilot the severance package over to a hex adjacent to the net and have an athletics check made by someone standing in the cargo hold with the airlock door open at the aft. So you're literally just hucking a hook out into space to hook this net. Then
me. I want to do that.
the net can easily be attached to the severance package after that, no check required. Afterwards, the pilot will need to maneuver into the wild magic's hex with a piloting check. On a success, the wild magic moves along with you all, and you continue moving. So you're literally just going to sort of scoop them up as you fly by.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
but hear me
Nick-
out. What if we use the net on the creature?
Creature?
And
There's
then
a
we
creature out there.
And then we can,
To the
take it
west.
home and sell it to a space zoo. Yeah, there we go. Profit.
Mm,
I mean, we also get profit if we get the wild magic out.
We do.
Why not both?
Only
Working
one will
on
fit in that net.
I'm just saying, pull them outside of the storm and then go back in for the monster.
So what do we know about this monster? I'll
That's
do a
great-
life science check.
Is that what we
Yeah.
need? A life science check?
I guess so. It is a living creature. Maria,
says some,
you're
some
pretty
monsters live in storm clouds.
Yeah. You're pretty sure it might exist. You're not entirely sure though.
It could be a figment of your imagination.
Could
Yeah.
Auntie Nuna scan it? Because you said we detect 2 large masses in the storm.
Yeah, so I will allow either a life science or a computer's scan on this.
I invite the computer scan. It'll be certainly better than a 14.
If
that I got
Auntie
on my
Nuna
life.
is going to computer scan, Gus can plug into the ship and make an athletics check of all things to make her scan better.
interesting.
So
Well-
But I fail to help you.
let's go into a proper starship combat now. So
Okay.
we'll start with Gus's athletics check to make Auntie Nuna's scans a little better. I have also taken the liberty of sharing with you a damaging zone hazard. This is another function from the Starship Operations Manual. It's almost like the two of them came out sort of around the same time, and they wanted to include some cool new features from it. So a damaging zone is a hazard. Tracking weapons can't be used within a vortex storm. At the beginning of each helm phase, the pilot must attempt a piloting check before rolling initiative, or else things will happen if you don't beat the DC that I have hidden behind the curtain here. As a crew action during the helm phase, a science officer can align the ship's shields to specifically protect against the active hazard with a computer's check, negating any damage to shielded quadrants from the damaging zone. This damaging zone will do some damage each round, but you can negate all of it by Auntie Nuna using the computers to futz with the shields.
Nice.
Yeah. So I am confident that you all can get through this pretty quickly. So let's get to it.
10 minutes quickly.
All right.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So Auntie Nuna rolled 27.
All right.
Oops.
So yep, a 27. That will be enough to align the shields against the damaging zone. But first, let's get some initiative checks from Nick.
Sure. Piloting the ship.
Piloting. Yep. Opposed piloting check.
Opposed piloting check. You got it. Where did this up? There it is. Sorry, I closed the sheet. I thought why would I think we were going to have a second starship combat right after the first? You know?
I mean, yeah, that would be preposterous, right?
Preposterous. 25.
Alrighty, a 25 versus, wouldn't you know it, I didn't put past Tom.
Darn you, past Tom.
Luckily, it's on this page here. Come on, there it is. All right, so. I gotta beat a 27, huh? Well.
27, yeah.
How about a 30? Man, I am rolling fire
so
for these initiative checks. So y'all are going to have to go first, but that's okay. You kind of wanted to get in there anyway, right? So you're making for that net?
I suppose so. The net. Adjacent to it or on top of it? Adjacent to it?
Adjacent to it.
Okay. I get us to the net. And I suppose I'll fly. Let's take an evasive action just to be safe, in case that thing comes after us.
Okay.
Sounds good.
18 will do it.
Yeah, excellent. Alrighty, so you get up next to that net and then Catch. Why don't you give me an engineering check to craft that hook?
I was gonna say, let me throw you. It's a 21. I don't remember what that DC was, but I hope that's enough.
That is going to do it, my friend. You craft a Kinley hook in order to hook this net and reel it in. That is your whole round, which, that's how Starship Combat works anyway. So,
and passes it off to Gus.
Perfect. And I will take it that Gus can sort of make his way down to the airlock and be ready to, in position at the beginning of next round to make that check. So you all have moved, and now it is my turn. Let me show you what this thing sort of looks like. Shard diver.
Weird.
It's super weird. So it has it's
great
very
horned
fun.
whale.
Yeah,
It kind of reminds me of a nudibranch.
I don't know what that is.
It's kind of like a sea slug.
Okay, that makes sense, right? Because low gravity or zero gravity in this case sort of allows for different biological structures to evolve. So this shard diver is going to swing around unnaturally fast. It's almost like this lightning cloud is giving it some speed.
Oh no.
And it will ram into you all with its horn.
What?
On the gunnery phase. Yeah, who would have thought that we'd have not one but two melee strikes?
Yeah, that's so
That's
rude.
our trick. No, it's no steal our trick.
Let's go to the gunnery phase, my friends.
Hammer versus
God
slug
save
fight.
me,
Dun, dun.
So, Morayoth, this thing is not in your forward arc.
Yeah, I can't hammer it.
You can still shoot it with your flak cannon, though.
Oh, I suppose. I forget I have that one. There's a... All right. Because that's on the turret. Where is the... There it is. I guess I will use the computer for this.
Sure.
Fair.
It's a 23 for 10
right.
damage.
10 damage to this thing is still a significant amount.
Sweet.
It doesn't have shields. It's just a star. It's just a starship-sized monster. So
I bet we can't disrupt it with the science weapon either.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, well, and we can't use target lock weapons, so.
yeah. So now it is going to ram you with its horn.
It's just gonna be like a.
Ari Santiago is too higher. What do you get?
How's an 18 do ya?
18 versus our AC will still hit.
Ooh. All right. All right. So what happens is it hits you, and all of a sudden your ship is in a different location.
What?
What? No.
It
How?
jumps you all forward 2 spaces.
Oh no.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's unexpected.
Yeah. So it hits you all so hard that you just bamf. But it is clearly a magical effect. And you also take 3 points of damage to it would have been your port. And
I'll keep track of this. As the engineer, I feel like it's my duty.
Yeah, you're in charge of shields,
you.
really.
Was it
Thank
shield
you.
or directly to hull?
shields.
Okay.
Yep. And that is that round. So let's go on to round 2. So Gus, go ahead and make me an athletics check. Luckily, this thing rolled such that you all went forward, but still ended up next to the net. You're muted.
I rolled poop. I rolled a 7. Oh, I felt like I rolled a 7 when I threw that hook.
I threw my 7 out.
If real life was based on a random number generator on a scale of 1 to 20, this was a 7.
Well, that's not going to do it, unfortunately. The DC for this is fairly high compared to what you rolled.
Should have tied a monkey's fist to the end of this.
That's just with the, how could you miss? It's a mile long.
Well, I got the tiny. I apparently went to the tiny spot where it wasn't. That's how you miss.
Well, it's also about a mile away.
All right, so that is Gus's action for this round. Let's move on to helm phase. Opposed piloting
Okay.
check.
You got it.
Auntie Nuna could probably do scanning since she can't use the
Yeah, I was gonna say.
nav.
It's only a
Scram.
15.
All right. Yeah, only a 15 versus my 19 means you all are going first. But do you want to move?
Could you rotate us?
Only if we move.
You can.
There's like a
There's a
spin in
maneuver to
place.
turn in place.
Yeah, but we also have like plenty of movement speed.
It's true.
So we could just.
Oh, I forgot. At the start of round, y'all would take some hazard damage, but Auntie Nuna made that computers check last round. But you know who is taking
And
that hazard damage? The
Giant
wild
nudibranch?
man.
Oh no. Our objective.
evade.
Oh no.
That's very evasive.
What's this about at the beginning of each helm phase? The pilot must attempt a piloting check before rolling initiative.
Let's
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Thanks, Leif.
go. Let's go like through where the net is. We'll turn around and that way we're between the two.
Nick, could you make me a piloting check?
Sure.
No reason in particular.
Oh great.
I was thinking we want to be backed up though, because like it's hunting us, and we want it to come towards us in a way such that it's in our forward arc.
Well, we could also turn as we come around there, so that.
Yeah, if you can do that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay,
So we're
so
next to the net. We're next to the ship that we're after. These guys can keep trying to net, and then you can swing the hammerhead.
Nick, the storm is interfering with your piloting. Where were you? You all were right here. I need you to go back because your speed has been reduced by half, and your turn radius has increased by 1 until the beginning of the next helm phase.
Oh,
Oh no.
well, shoot. I suppose we'll try to. Oh, if our speed is half, it's already down to 7. I only moved 7.
But the turning radius.
Turn
also.
is 2 now.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, yeah. What about the turn in place? How hard is that? How hard is that stunt?
The problem with turning in place is you don't move, so it won't help
That's
us.
fine.
It won't help us at all
Why not?
because we still won't be next to it, and
We will, because
it doesn't
moves
matter
after
for
us.
I mean, it's not going to matter either way because we're moving first.
Right. Right.
We
So
don't-
if we want to get in a situation such that it's being a dumb animal, it's likely to move into our forward arc. So if I would expect it to move right towards us, right? So in our current situation, we will probably not be able to hit it. If we turn around, maybe we will. Right, I figure it'll
Okay,
land.
there's no DC for it. I'll just
All right,
okay.
you turn in place,
Might land here or to the south. I don't know.
and the monster will turn around, fly up towards you, get you in its forward arc, and you're just going to butt heads.
Yep.
And then we go to the... Auntie Nuna, did you want to scan this round? You're muted.
Yes, please. And so
You know everything about this monster.
Hold on
Once
a
again.
second. Hold on.
What's up?
We haven't done an engineering phase yet, and we're getting ahead of ourselves here.
Oops.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Leif.
Oh yeah, we skipped.
What would you like to do on engineering, Leif?
Well, I was going to get back our 3 shield points.
Please do.
Assuming it roll. There it is. It's a 31.
There you
Pretty
go.
sure that makes
Yeah.
it.
Yep. Oh, by far. So yes, you get that. So Auntie Nuna, with your scan of this this living starship, this is indeed a living starship. A shard diver is a spacefaring magical beast that functions as a starship and engages only in starship combat. It has no crew, but can still take engineer, gunner, and pilot actions, etc., etc. It has a feature called Ride the Lightning. If the Shard Diver starts its piloting phase inside the hexes of a vortex storm hazard, the Shard Diver gains a +2 circumstance bonus to its piloting checks, yada yada. It's faster in the storm. It has Star Metal Infusion because it lives in these storms. When making a horn or spine attack, all of its weapons are those. Before the attack is rolled, the Shard Diver rolls a d4 to determine the star metal infusing the attack, applying the effect from the table below. It has Abyssium, Adamantine, Jezzet, or Inubrix as its option.
Oh, cool.
Right? Yeah. So that's why you all teleported. I rolled a 3. So you it didn't give me a teleportation value, so I just said 2. So that's what's going on with this thing. It has 3 weapons. It has a horn in its front arc and spines to either side, nothing in the aft. But now, let's butt heads. So go ahead and roll your attack. Simon.
Yeah, like 2 stags fighting with the antlers.
Yeah. Super cool. Oh, I miss.
I use the computer.
I rolled the...
Ooh, I don't miss.
So you just beat the ever-loving Fleam out of this monster with your giant hammer, and it dies.
Yes.
The starship is a starship-sized monster.
That was
Drive
quick.
those horns back into its skull.
It just explodes all over our hull, and because the cargo hold is open and Gus is getting ready to throw a hook out, Gus and the entire cargo hold are just painted with gore.
Oh no!
Disgusting.
Gross.
All right. So
Jet
now
gross.
there's nothing else really. So Gus, go ahead. We don't need to do anything else Starship combat related, really. So Gus, go ahead and make me an athletics check to get that net. Oh,
Beautiful.
nat 20. Perfect. All right, Sloan, go ahead and
you gave you inspiration.
Yeah. So step 3, the net can be easily attached to the severance package after that. So Gus, as part of that check, you're able to just sort of latch the net onto the end of the severance package with your environmental protections on, sort of hanging out. It's pretty wild. You are still in the middle of a vortex storm, but the ship's shields are protecting you enough that you're not getting fried.
I think Gus turns on, like, because I think he has a data pad. I feel like he probably has, I don't know, he turns it on. He's probably going to take a recording because that's pretty dope. How often are you in the vacuum in the middle of a lightning storm while you're hauling in a cargo net?
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
He's going to put it on his TikTok.
Mm-hmm. So, Sloan, go ahead and make me a piloting check to move through the wild magic space and snag them.
23.
23. You are able to, you move through, and for a second it looks like the net is about to slip over the wild magic and miss them, but instead it snags them, and you are able to ferry them out of this lightning vortex.
Sweet.
And you have successfully beaten my giant starship lightning vortex puzzle, and with that, the crew of the wild magic, cuts on, sort of still static. They're like celebrating on the other end because they almost died, and now they're not going to die, and that's cool.
Yeah.
So you get an incoming voice comm from Eutraxo. Yeehaw! Now that was something I had never done before. Now I'm mighty thankful for the rescue, but without a run of star medals, I ain't got no cargo for you and no credits to pay you with. What do you say we use my old nets and some quick engineering to turn your severed pack or whatever into a proper storm runner? And
why not?
With that, let's go to break. Apologies. 5 minutes over. We came in pretty close on our normal break.
Worried about it.
We started a little late too, so.
Yeah, fair enough. We're on schedule though, I tell you what. So let's take, what do we think? 10 minutes or 15?
15.
All right. Let's take a 15-minute break. We will be back at 20 after the hour, my friends. Don't go anywhere.
Ooh.
back, everybody. Hope you had a nice break. We have a lot to get through right now, so we're just going to get right back into it. Executive decision.
Yeah.
So, a perilous occupation. Storm running requires cooperation between the ship's science officer, who detects the minerals as they rise from the core, the pilot, who must guide the ship on an intercept course, and the chief mate, who operates the net, then hauls caught minerals into the cargo hold. Let me show you the players this handout. Simon, if you want to put this up, you use your best judgment if you think that this is something.
Depends how big it is.
Yeah.
Oh, that might be readable. Let me zoom that in.
So there are 3 tasks for storm running that Yatraxo. So by the way, Yatraxo and her crew and all them, once they're out of the storm, they can patch up video so I can show you this really cool art of Yatraxo Redman, who is just very cute.
She's super cute. What race is she?
She is a Fey-child gnome.
Oh my god, she's so cute.
Yeah. So that is Yatraxo. I love her goggles. Classic Stormrunner look. So Yatraxo will give you all this information, but mechanically speaking, the way storm running works is it's going to be a three skill check process where the science officer needs to find valuable minerals by making a computers check. The pilot needs to make the catch by intercepting them with a successful piloting check. And then the chief mate needs to haul it in by bringing a net full of valuable minerals into your cargo hold by making an athletics check. Up to 1 other character can aid that check, but the other 2 are unaided. So,
All right.
So Marioth and I will go play patty cake in the waiting room.
No,
Well, what if
Maria
you could
can
help? Yeah.
So Ketch will go play with himself in the wait. That sounds bad.
Phrasing.
Phrasing.
Not doing anything else.
Are we still doing phrasing?
I'll be in my bunk. Didn't you say you wanted him to be based off of
Jane.
Jane anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a bunk. Oh, jeez.
Oh boy! All right, Horny
Catch
show.
just saw that video call of that gnome, and he's like, "I'll be in my bunk."
No,
Oh no!
No.
So, storm running. We're here for storm running. The coolest part of this entire AP. Y'all are gonna steal resources from the Veskarium and from Vest 5 itself. So, as you all make your first approach, your first run, Auntie Nuna, why don't you make a computers check to scan the storm?
This is actually perfect. Ketch has a very real objection to stealing from the Veskarium in that he doesn't want to be murdered.
We're not gonna get murdered.
So he's not taking any part in this. He made a big huff about it, and he's just in the engine room making sure nothing explodes. But other than that, you guys are on your own.
We haven't gotten caught yet. That means it will never happen.
Man, Marath has just been turning into this daredevil after 30 plus years of laying low.
A new bullet point forms on Gus's arm. If we haven't been caught yet, that means we'll never be caught.
Right?
Okay, 100%.
And then he just storms out the room.
So, Auntie Nuna got a 24 on that computer's
24.
check, which means, you've got a hit. There is a large cloud of minerals coming up from the depths of the Eternal Rage. Ooh. So, Sloan, Nuna has pointed that out on projected an intercept course. Oof.
That's a 32 on the piloting check.
32 is going to blow away this DC. This was a DC 18 check.
Fair.
So that is no problem at all. Sloan is able to intercept the minerals, and then it comes down to Gus with an athletics check. This can be aided.
And Gus plants his feet and spits on his hands and then grabs onto the netting and holds.
Marath lands along the rope and beats all of their mini rings. Oh no.
We do still have some rerolls.
You have that free reroll as well that I
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you would
I will
like to use
it
that,
if
Or-
that's okay.
Or alternatively, we could just use Marath's roll.
no, that's not how that works. You said Maria
all
was
right.
aiding.
I will use it.
So
So that's a 21 total then.
the DC was 20.
Oh,
So you are able to haul in just a metric prong ton of minerals, and some of them radioactive because they're abyssium. Just a bunch of star metals and stuff like that start flowing in from the net. They start flowing into the cargo hold itself, because I imagine this literally works as Gus just sort of standing there with the airlock door open once again, using the net to reel things in. But then that probably clashes with the whole mile-long net kind of idea. So regardless, you get a lot of minerals from this run. And then,
Nice.
we will not play out each and every run because it's just going to be those three same checks over and over and over again, and y'all are going to crush it no matter what. So the Severance package soars through the purple skies of Vesk 5, catching chunks of radioactive blue-green abyssium, green crystal noqual, shining sicatite, and even coppery horicalcum, all careening up from the planet's interior. Your cargo hold slowly begins to fill up with piles of riches. Once you have completed your haul, Yatraxo sends you a message asking to be dropped off at Quarisk. I've got someone who can fix up the wild magic there, no sweat. Now for those star metals. We can't sell them anywhere in the Veskarium. What we did just breaks about a dozen laws, supposedly for our own safety, but we both know what's really going on, don't we? The Veskarium just wants all this sweet loot for themselves. Anyhow, I got a buyer all lined up for you at the Vartaikum Bazaar on Marixa. Name's Lindahl. He's a Dramata. He'll take care of you, and you can send me my cut.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks for showing us how this works.
Oh, no
Thank
problem.
you
No
for
problem at
showing
all.
us the ropes.
It was
Happy
a
to
joke
help.
because literal ropes were involved.
Oh, yeah. Awkward forced laugh.
Wordplay.
Gus falls over in the background, just giggling.
Now, hey, I mean, y'all are pretty proficient at this. If you ever need a position in the Stormrunners, you hit old Yatraxo up. Anyway, about my cut, and so she states that her cut will be 30% of the profits here. That you make off of this haul. Now, you don't know exactly what this haul is going to go for. Sloan, if you are in a haggling mood, there is room for that.
Yes.
When isn't Sloan in a haggling mood? Let's be honest.
When asleep.
When asleep,
Nah, even then.
and has not had coffee, pretty much. We didn't get as much as we hoped we would, and this trip out here was pretty expensive. Let's say 20%.
Oh, come on now.
29, and I don't think I'll re-roll that. I think I'll keep it.
Okay.
Can Auntie Nuna assist?
Plus plus wear and tear on the engine, on the ship during their rescue.
Oh, well, you wouldn't have this job if not for my nets and the know-how. But with a 31 on your bluff. Well, you know what? I suppose I do owe you my life and the life of my crew. So, fine. Let's say, just this time, 20%.
Great. Got ourselves a deal.
Just Jeff Goldblum them from The Life Aquatic. It's an itemized list of all the expenses for rescuing you. Pay it now or we're leaving you here.
Right.
Yikes. Okay, so you are able to tow them over to Quarisk on Vesk 1, or rather in the ring surrounding this gas giant of Vesk 5, and then you jet for the Marixa Republic. You arrive in the Marixa Republic about 2 days of drift travel later. From your first glance, it is easy to see why many know the planet as the Jewel of Unity. A shining blue marble of vast oceans and lush continents, Marixa is a temperate world home to a diverse array of species, who all work together to create a free and prosperous world. The crew can land at a starport close to the Vartikum Bazaar, an ancient marketplace that dates back to during the Gap. Anyone, go ahead and make me a culture check if you are trained.
Sure.
I can do those.
It's only a 14.
13.
20.
Nice.
I'm untrained. 13.
Is this going to be about mercantile laws, customs corporations, or other merchants?
I'll let you decide when I tell Ketch what he knows for sure. Because the DC here was 16. And it was trained Marath, I apologize. So, yeah. Ketch, you recall that supposedly you heard a rumor that a vast tunnel network used to smuggle illegal goods runs under this market. So you see that's sort of a gray area there, Sloan, for your mercantile law knowledge.
Well, I mean, that was just for my my reroll, but because it's about smuggling, that reduces my DC by 5.
Oh, well, there you go. So you know that too.
Because smuggler.
Yes. Yeah, Jet, it was pretty much you name a star metal, you probably got it out of there in some amount of quantities.
Okay.
Neat.
And if that's the case, if it's possible, because I'm not going for this is just for down the road purposes. Could I have given my nanites like a couple molecule sample of each one of the star metals?
I don't see why not.
Just to justify if I ever create something out of my nanites that were possibly made of that star metal. So they have like a template.
That's fine, because you're still going to be spending the credits for it.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah,
then there's no reason. I was going to say, Tom, if you need an out, you can just say, it's not refined yet. But it doesn't sound like that's a problem.
Yeah, no, because it'll still be above board or above the table, etc. So, as you enter the market looking for a buyer, you notice that many of the shops here and stalls have closed, especially those that import from the Veskarium. Make me a diplomacy check, any and or all of you.
You went too fast. I didn't get to say, no under the table handouts. Wait, hold on.
Right, Nuna, you are able to get some of the scuttlebutt from the latest sort of shakedown here. You learned that a few days ago, Marixa law enforcement conducted a mass shakedown of the bazaar, arresting anyone who imports or exports anything to Vesk 5 while offering no explanation.
That's us.
Yeah.
Is that
Good thing you didn't arrive here 2 days earlier.
right?
And Nuna also, because you hit the nail on the head with that 21, anyone who got a 21 or higher also hears a rumor that a mysterious official representing the Veskarium ordered this crackdown, citing increased storm running as, quote, detrimental to the Republic's relationship with the Veskarium, end quote. But locals don't believe this reasoning and suspect that the arrests served as fronts to capture a specific target.
Us?
That's us.
Interesting. But they didn't capture us, so
That's not us.
not us.
Yeah. So, you are able to eventually find your way to Lindol's stall, Lindol and Sundries, to find it closed and empty. To track him down, one person can be aided by any number of folks in a bluff, diplomacy, or intimidate check. Please roll your aids first.
Okay, before we do that, we need to figure out who's got the highest. It's probably between Auntie Nuna and Sloan, but I've got a bluff of 8.
I have a bluff of 12.
Okay.
I have a bluff of, hold on please, 9 plus a 2 circumstance bonus while wearing a mask, so 11.
Does anybody have anything higher than a 12 in any of those other things? We all bluff in here.
Let's see.
It was
Yeah, no.
bluff, diplomacy.
Or intimidate, I think.
Intimidate.
Socials.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your expertise apply to, Liz?
Computers and sense motive.
Okay.
So Sloan, bluff for us, I guess.
All right.
Well,
Anybody want to aid?
But
Not Gus.
assists come first.
Catch assist.
Yes. So
Sit.
that's 1 aid. 2 aid. Marath, are you aiding?
I can't aid. I don't have social skills. What are you talking about?
You can
Roll
roll
a
a
Solarian,
Sorry,
remember?
foolish of me to assume the Solarian would have social skills.
Yeah,
Gus
here,
doesn't
let me
have
press-
social
let me
skills.
press
He
bluff.
tried. He made a
Okay,
really
wow.
bad bluff.
Assist.
There you go. That's 3 assists.
3 assists.
Oh, I thought it was 15.
No, it's 10.
No.
25 plus 2, 4, 6 is 31 bluff.
All right. You only needed a 21 here, so you're fine. So you get direction.
Wrong system.
You get directions from we'll say a shady sort of peddler who is in one of the stalls that wasn't closed down, further down the bazaar, to Body Begone, ostensibly a service devoted to the quick cleanup of unattended corpses that operates out of a small office in an antiquated building in this bazaar. They say,
Ostensibly.
"Oh, what kind of person is this? Let me pull out my fancy deck. This is an Urag, who one of the silicon-based life forms from one of the Brethren moons says, yes, you might check Body Begone for Lindol, but you didn't hear it from me." And then so they give you directions to this place.
I'm concerned. Is this going to be like the action? Is this person? Is Lindell going to be alive when we locate them? I wonder. Only one way to find out.
Suppose there is. So, I assume that you then head to Body Begone on this wild goose chase that I've sent you on.
Sure. I don't like the idea that it's a wild goose chase. That's not encouraging.
Yeah, I mean, maybe wild goose chase is not the correct term. So, you arrive at Body Begone to find the door locked. The sign says closed. It's midday, so perhaps this is just a day off for the office. Couple ways you can go about this. What do you think?
I can fit in through the underneath the door. That might work.
And you?
I have compression. Maybe. Depends on how much of a gap there is.
I don't know. You'd have to fit through like the cat door.
There is no gap.
Is it locked? Is it closed?
It is locked. The storefront is closed. Yes.
Does it have a sign with hours on it? Phone
No.
number? When they'll be back?
Ooh, maybe this is
let
one
us
of
in
those
if we
illicit
need.
shops that's never open.
Well, in that case, maybe see if there's a back door. Or is this in?
Or an upstairs? Are there windows?
It is part of a storefront. The buildings are sort of imagine like a city block kind of thing. So there's no real alleyway nearby that would get you to a back of the store.
Fair.
Is there a second floor?
No. But there is this locked door right in front of you.
Okay.
All right,
No,
everybody stand
that's-
around Catch.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Block line of sight.
Hatch, you seem to have the correct set of skills for this. And the tools.
You know it, Auntie, and he just flips down his
Sloan
goggles.
goes down the street and accidentally flips over a cabbage cart.
My cabbages!
Thanks for the distraction.
Oh no! I'll help you pick them up.
I'm so sorry, I didn't see your cabbage cart. Let me help you pick these up. But there are more. But she keeps dropping over there, flying across the street.
Yeah, I'm getting flashbacks to episode 1 with the little old lady who wasn't a little old lady knocking gas cans all over the road. All right, Catch, give me that. Oh, goodness.
It's a 34.
Always bring a mechanic.
Always bring a mechanic. So that 34 is going to get you in, no problem. So
Opposite.
So, Catch, you, as you step into the place, do you step into the place?
One moment.
Mhm.
Yes, I step into the place.
Okay. Oh my God.
High stealth check. Ooh, Marath will come too, also stealthing. Come on, nat 20, nat 20. Oh, not a nat 20.
So good. So, Catch, you are a ghost. You're a knife in the dark as you enter this darkened storefront. And what you see inside is a small office with little more than a large table surrounded by chairs. A computer sits near one end of the table. You see a dramata, which is effectively like a camel person kind of deal, huddled at the far end of the table. And they look past Ketch, because they don't see Ketch, at Auntie Nuna and say, Who the hell are you?
I'm Auntie Nuna. How are you today, dear?
Each person who enters the door is louder than the previous.
Yeah.
Well, but here's what I like to imagine, though. Like, the thing about Auntie Nuna is that it's okay that people notice her, because what they notice is a little old lady. And she sort of draws the attention and seems harmless, while, monsters like Catch can, disappear around the corner and maneuver for position.
Which is what Catch is doing.
Yeah.
Monster.
Sloan is going the other way.
Okay. So
Gus trips walking in and just lands in a pile.
he says, well, get inside. You don't want to draw more people's attention. God, come on.
Oh, it was an illicit shop. We were right. We
Auntie
shut the door
Nuna
behind Gus.
shuffles in.
Yeah.
What about this doesn't look illicit to you?
That over there! And there's just like a random normal object.
The floors are
just
very
like a jet.
clean.
Anyway, what the hell are you doing here? I'm trying to sort of, lay low here.
Mariah looks around for the captain.
She's vanished.
Oh
Oh,
dear,
God,
we
no.
usually, we were here to pick up some supplies. Nope. For shipping.
Nope.
We're a shipping company.
Nope.
Oh, is this a bluff?
Yes.
Oh my God. No. Why? Why would you do this to
Funny.
us?
I got it. I've been learning from Sloan.
Wow. Wow.
I'm not much of a shipper. I'm more of a receiver, if you get my drift.
Oh yes, that is what we meant. Is there anything recently that you have received?
Lots
No.
of things.
We're here for it. To pick it up.
What Moranth is trying to say, Sloan says, stepping out of a darkened corner,
Oh, thank heavens.
is we're looking
so good.
for insert
Thank you.
name here, the whose name I promptly forgot, but I assume is this Dramata.
Lindell. Yes.
We're looking for a Lindell. What's her face? I'm so bad with names.
There's a lot of named NPCs in this AP. Just riddled with them.
He said they might be able to give us a hand with some cargo.
Oh, Eutraxo sent you. Well, I am Lindell.
Pleasure. I'm Sloan, and this is my crew.
He sort of, sits up in his chair a little bit and appraises all of you and says, yeah, wish it could be better under better circumstances. I'm kind of busy not getting arrested by the authorities like every other poor sap in the bazaar that had, the misfortune to deal with trades out of the Veskarium. But I'm not one to turn good business away. There's going to be a shortage on imports out of the Veskarium for some time, I imagine. What are you bringing in from old tracks?
We've got a hold full of star metal.
Oh right.
Heard you might want
that's
to take
why
off our
we're here.
hand.
Yeah,
Rhea
geez.
all slaps their foreheads.
Oh my God.
It's a
It's like
very
that
interesting.
gift.
Of 70,000 tiny slaps.
Yes.
Well, for star medals, best I can offer you right now is 5 build points.
Five.
Sense motive.
That hardly covers our cost. What are these actually worth? With my smuggling history, do I just know off the top of my head, or do you want me to roll something?
These could probably be worth up to 15 build points.
Wow. He is really
Then
lowballing us.
that is what Sloan quotes that we need with a bluff check
All right.
to negotiate. That's a 27.
Oh.
I will keep that. It's a 15 on the die.
Yeah, and that I will tell you before anything else. That is, he looks at you thoughtfully and says, "Well, since you're friends with Trex, I suppose I could offer you about 10 build points instead, for old time's sake."
All right, you've got a deal.
Okay. Oh man, I don't want to shortchange you, because this is this is like a negotiation mechanic where you can continue sort of working your way up the ladder, as it were.
But I started with 15, thinking it was the highest I could actually get. I would have started with 20. I'll try one more to get him up a little bit.
Yeah.
Go for 12.
Seeing as we're such good friends. At 20, it's only an 8 on the die. Only get one of these a day. I will try it. Let's see. 24.
Okay. So that will be enough to get him up to the 15 build points that you think
Sweet.
you can get from this guy. And he'll say, all right, 15 sounds good. Let's go with, I will meet you. He thinks to himself, I'll meet you at your hangar in about 2 hours. Name of your ship is what again?
Severance package, dear.
Oh, all right. Interesting name. I will go grab some folks. I'll get a cargo truck and I'll arrive with your money 2 hours time.
That sounds like a plan.
Pleasure doing business with you.
And
shake your hand.
motive.
Okay.
Just to check. That's like a 20.
Yep. You sense no duplicity. Duplicity?
Duplicity?
Duplicity, yeah, because it's duplicitous acts, and so duplicity. Anyway, he's not lying to you. So, all right. You all head back to the ship?
Yeah.
Perfect. An hour passes.
Ketch steps out of the shadows at the very end of the conversation and says, "Nice doing business with you."
Oh, God. Why do you all do that?
Bye. Have a profiterole.
Oh, thank you.
We are all over the place.
Really are. I just keep them guessing. So
I would not say that we do not have what I would call a cohesive customer experience.
No.
The good salesman, bad salesman pitch. Come on, you don't know that one?
Yeah. Very well known. Common.
All right. So an hour passes, and you receive a message on the comms on the severance package with 3 words: arrested, help, drank.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Wouldn't you know it?
Yeah, he's on his own.
Make me a computer's check to research this mysterious message.
Oh,
One or both
I
of us.
most certainly can.
Anyone.
Auntie Nuna gets a 25.
No, 25?
23.
23.
And then
23.
Catch gets a 27. So
You
both.
win this time, Catch, but I'll get you next.
I'm learning from the best, Auntie.
All right, Gadget.
So you are easily able to find mention of a prison here on Marixa called Tranquility Rehabilitation Center.
Oh dear.
Through its sort of systems, you're able to find Lindold's arrest record. Marixa Republic law enforcement picked him up before he got transferred to COM 93 by order of a Veskarium official named Renavia. Go ahead and make me one more computers check, you two.
All right.
Renavia. I will put it out in chat for you.
Auntie
We've
Nuna.
heard that name before.
Auntie Nuna got a 32 this time.
Nailed it.
33.
33, I mean. Man,
Numbers.
math is hard.
That's okay. Both of you are able to agree. This arrest record was way too easy to find. Perhaps even intentionally left for you to follow.
So we think it's a trap?
Oh, it's definitely a trap.
Maybe we should cut and run?
But this is the only buyer we're going to find for these star medals in this area.
Important question. Have we already been paid?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
Then we're going to rescue this guy. We
All
need to
right.
get paid. Otherwise, we're going to end up just in the drift with... There's not going to be any food. They're just going to run out. We spent all the money we made on the last job.
Oh dear.
Catch like visibly sweating, just like this job just keeps going further south.
No food! This will not stand!
Those culinary synthesizers will not run without UPBs. This is totally a bluff, as we totally have more credits and everyone actually knows it. But let's see if Gus believes it. Just
Don't worry, Gus. If you sit on the side of a road, sometimes people will give you nutrition packets.
Oh,
Even with a nat 20, I
Classic
still
match.
believe you.
both believe Sloan that we're gonna run out of UPBs to make food. If we don't rescue this guy.
Survival mode, Catch! We're going to nothing but rice! Plain rice! Not
Rice
the
and-
good jasmine either!
Then it won't even make rice without UPBs, guys.
okay.
No!
Oh my god. Gus. We need to have a
So-
talk.
We know about this prison.
You want to know about Tranquility Rehabilitation Center?
Yes,
We
please.
sure do.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
you can
criminal.
easily find information on Tranquility Rehabilitation Center on the local infosphere. Tranquility is a state-of-the-art prison complex comprising of hundreds of isolated facilities known as calms, each built on separate artificial islands. A massive hexagonal wall, patrolled by drones and topped with anti-air weaponry, surrounds the entire region. Tranquility structures the calms as small island villages, devoid of conventional security, with only a drone or two to perform maintenance and interface with guests. Each island houses only about 16 prisoners, give or take, and from their calms, inmates can see surrounding islands and their occupants, creating a sense of community with no risk of overcrowding. Every island has plenty of room for exercise. Many prisoners have painted the walls of their calms with murals, and everything from the paint color to individual room design intends to minimize psychological pressures and conflicts. AI consoles throughout the facility provide counseling, as well as advice on developing life skills, self-improvement, or routines to increase mental and physical wellness. Inmates can cook their meals and do laundry on their own, but they can choose to have drones serve them too. Tranquility has open visitation 24 hours a day, which requires neither supervision nor observation.
Well, this is a surprisingly solid prison.
It is. How are we going to get in? I suppose we should case the place.
Why don't we just visit?
You think they take visitors? Does it say on their website?
We could offer to cater a luncheon.
No more catering, Gus.
I'll stop you right there. It does say
catering-
on their website, open visitation 24 hours a day with no
Yeah.
supervision or observation.
Which is really, really weird. and also
Almost like they don't expect people to get out.
But why?
It's only weird when you compare it to American prisons, I think.
Quite possibly.
Yeah, I don't know anything about prisons anywhere but here, so.
there are worse places,
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure there
I
are.
guess that's true.
but not ones that hold as high a percentage of the population as here in the United States.
It's not a good thing to be the best at.
It's legalized slavery. Anyway, continuing on and not talking about American prisons because that's going to get us down a rabbit hole that we don't want to go down right
That's
now.
no fun.
I guess we should go visit and see what there is to see.
Okay. So, the facility, you can label yourself as visitors to this Lindell, this guy that you just met. You can reserve automated shuttles daily to transport yourself to the prison. The trip taking about an hour from the nearby port city of Doba on the planet of the Marixa Republic.
Quick thought. Do we want to say do we want to see Lindell, or do we want to ask to see someone else and case
Yeah,
the
that's
place?
yeah. Well,
In case they're waiting for someone to
Devious.
come see Lindell.
Yes, we could try to disguise ourselves as someone other than ourselves, since we think this is a trap laid for us. However, I'm not confident about certain members of the party's ability to portray a different persona.
We are
Just
able to portray a
quietly-
different persona, as long as it
Gus-
is not a sophisticated one.
Hi, I'm Bus. Bus.
Yeah.
Sarah
no.
Ginclair.
I don't think that. Yeah.
I don't
We are
think
a professional gladiatorial colony.
What do you go by? What's your
We are Danger Town.
Woo!
Our chief exports are fun and violence.
oh my god.
Oh, all right. You got Danger Town in. Well done, nerds.
Yes, good work. Good callback.
I don't think we'll need disguises. There's that. I mean, sure, it's probably a trap for whoever's supplying him, but I don't think it's a trap for us specifically. We're not that famous.
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
Thankfully, I think you are right.
Because, yeah, it does seem strange that they'd let this message get out.
Agreed.
You turn the volume down just a hair, Judy. Oops.
So,
So,
Honestly-
Does it say anything about visitation other than that it's unsupervised and any hours? Like, if we all asked to see different people, would we all still be in the same room?
that's a great question. So the website talks about how Tranquility is hundreds of little islands, right? So you'll
We
go
wanna make
to
sure
different
that-
places. You'll be shuttled to different islands if you all go separately. That might
Oh.
be kind of risky because you're going into a prison.
Right. And it wouldn't get us, like, because they're all islands, it wouldn't get us to Lindell.
Yeah, it wouldn't give you specific know-how on Lindell's island that he's on, Com 93.
Well, I guess we just have to go.
Bring the trap.
Bring the trap and see what happens.
I would
Confident we
agree.
can get ourselves out of any sticky situation. This will be fine.
Yeah.
This will all be fine. Sloane's favorite phrase.
Indeed. Okay, so you are able to see on the website more details on the shuttles that are going to take you to this place. There is a big bold text: no weapons or anything that could be conceived as a weapon can be brought to the facility. Obviously, it's a prison. They don't want you bringing weapons inside. So how are you going to foil this?
What weapons?
Uh-huh. Let me, Sloane's got a 20. Okay, so Sloane's got a 27 sleight of hand to hide her weapon.
It's only a 22.
Don't you have do you have a bonus to sleight of hand?
I think only with the switchblade.
Only with the switchblade. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
but that's all that I'm concealing with the switchblade because I actually completely forgot about this. I'm actually going to be utilizing my glamour fusion to turn it into something appropriately greaser that I still haven't been able to decide upon yet.
oh, I like that. Okay. Cool.
Comb.
Unless they expect me to cut my horns off, I'm fine. I don't carry weapons. What are you talking about?
What about Solarian
They
weapon?
put little tentacles on the end of your horns. Your weapon crystal goes into your moat, so I don't think that would count.
Yeah. Okay, so Sloane has made a sleight of hand check. Gus does not need to worry. Marayoth does not need to worry. Auntie Nuna has made a sleight of hand check.
It was not very
Okay.
good.
Yeah, but you know. Ketch has made a sleight of hand check for the knife, but then you're going to use
Pretty sure.
glamour fusion. Okay. So you all arrive at the shuttle. The shuttle arrives at you, at where you're waiting, and because you get transport to the transport, if you will, and then you get on board. There is an automated sort of scanning apparatus there that you all have to walk through. It's like a metal detector kind of thing, but nothing goes off.
That's nice.
Yeah. Why doesn't everybody give me a perception check?
Ooh, perception.
Not everybody. Not everybody. Auntie Nuna, give me a perception check.
That's a 25.
Auntie Nuna, you're very perceptive. You will say you feel a little jostling of your weaponry that you've tried to conceal in your pockets. You're not sure what that means necessarily, but your weapons have been, they vibrated a little bit when you walked onto this shuttle, and that was weird. So, the shuttle takes you all to Tranquility Rehabilitation Center, and specifically Calm 93, because that is where Lindol is held. Do you all have a plan going in here?
See what we
Leave Lindell,
see.
get out.
Get Lindell out. That is the plan.
Yeah, Lindol's your
I
meal
have a
ticket
big
right now.
drill. I can drill through walls.
I don't know
Oh,
if
you
that
didn't
helps
bring the
on an
drill.
island, Gus.
But if
It-
he's inside walls on an island,
Tom, talk to me about this shuttle. Is it being piloted by a sentient being?
Let's say yes.
Oh, darn.
Mhm.
Sentient beings can be hacked too. It just uses a different skill.
murder anyone. Just
No,
doing
that's
his
bluff.
job.
Bluff. I meant bluff.
Oh God.
Oh, yeah, that. Okay.
oh man. I'm just curious what sort of mental shenanigans Marayoth and Gus are getting up to while we're on this probably very boring ride because we have telepathy.
Probably play that word game where you come up with a story by alternating words.
Oh yeah.
Exquisite Corpse.
What?
That's it's kind of the name of that game, sort of.
Oh. I had never heard of it. I'd never heard of it.
It's one of many names. For
Mm,
same
okay.
game.
Yes. It goes by many names.
Yeah, a lot of those games have like many names.
Sure.
They've been invented many times. In many
I
ways.
spy with my little eye something really cool.
No, you only get one word.
I was playing a different game for a minute there. It was
So-
catch.
Right. Instead of alternating words, we can alternate games. Sort of a meta game.
Oh
Yes.
God.
Oh God.
So you all arrive at COM 93.
Thank God.
The shuttle drops you off. You see acres of forest, a beach, and grassland surrounding a small whitewashed village. Individuals play outdoor sports, enjoy the pleasant weather, or hike. You can spot a prominent welcome center near the beach. Brick paths wind among the inmate homes, referred to as guest rooms, eventually leading to a community center, commissary, and examination room. While a handful of drones fly to and from the facility, they ignore you unless approached, whereupon they'll direct you to the welcome center.
All right. We go to the welcome center, keeping a sharp eye out, for anything that we might use to our advantage here.
Okay. Yeah, it's looking pretty sparse overall. As you can imagine, they don't want inmates to be able to sort of bridge across to another island or something like that. But that's okay. Y'all are visitors here. They have no reason to detain you for anything at all. Yeah. So as you're making your way down a path, you run into a familiar face. Oh, hey there. It's my friends. You've come all this way to visit me. You turn to find Riche Tolvarin, the Lucandrian flesh broker from Absalom Station. She's wearing all white clothing, and while the smile on her face is genuine and therefore alien to you from your brief interactions with her, it appears to be her in the flesh.
Riche, what are you doing here?
You see,
I don't like this.
I was brought in on crimes against the Veskarium. She looks distant. The nature of the crimes isn't important. That's in my past. I'm thinking of the future now, and the staff here at Tranquility have really helped. Hey, you all have a good reputation. Do you think you're here for a reason? Obviously, you could talk to the administration while you're here. Maybe get them to replace my necrografts. She points to her wraith motes in her eyes, with ones that are more natural. I really can't stand the feeling they give me ever since I, got here.
Tell me more. What about them troubles you, dear?
Oh, they don't. That was the old me. Ever since I got here, I've turned over a new leaf.
A new leaf, huh?
Oh yeah. This place is great, actually. It's quite nice living here. Almost makes you forget it's a prison.
Good, I suppose.
A male Vesk will walk up behind Riche, and you recognize Captain Eshavio Fireheart of Directive 9. Oh, hello, crew of the Severance Package. How are you enjoying the fine weather we're having today?
It's very pleasant.
Terribly suspicious.
Why are you here?
Oh,
I wouldn't have expected to find you here.
Well, the feeling is mutual. I did not expect to find any of you here either. He looks ashamed, committed treason against the Empire. Thankfully, I was spared the death penalty, and instead was brought here to atone for my sins, and reflect on how better I can serve the Empire. Lately, I've been thinking of taking up farming. Have you ever played Farmopolis? By Demoritosh's Doshko, it is terribly addicting. If any of you play it, let me know. I'm looking at a bumper crop of carrots and want to share the wealth.
Sure.
I feel like Gus would play that game.
He excitedly
Cut open their arms, look for mycelial strands.
we share friend codes.
Oh,
We
he
have
excitedly
questions.
shares.
Did either of you tell the Veskarium about us or our ship?
Have you been to the Welcome Center yet? It is. It has all the information that you might need about this area.
Yeah, we were just headed that way. Sloan is looking at the rest of the group there's something really fishy going on here.
Oh, Marath is utterly failing to hide that they are panicked.
Gus started getting really anxious when Fireheart said that he was convicted of treason, because that does not make sense to him. But also, he's excited to have a friend to play Farmopolis with.
Oh yeah, you've already gotten like 5 different requests from him as he sort of distractedly, taps away at his little comm unit that he has. You all enjoy the rest of your visit here. I hope you find what you are looking for, and they'll wave at you and then continue on down the path.
Better check out that welcome center.
We should leave. We should leave.
There's something.
I agree with Mary.
There's something fishy going on here.
This is a prison for us.
Yes, I would. Auntie Nuna is going to look into.
I think I left my outdoor glasses back at home. I think I really need to go circle back and find them.
Yes, we also left our glasses at home.
These
don't
are
wear
my
glasses.
inside glasses.
And
Do I have glasses?
neither of you wear glasses.
Do I have
And
glasses? Did I lose them?
and these people are being falsely imprisoned. We need to do something about it.
Wait. Gus's gears start working in his brain. Are we going to, and you hear this in bold,
Oh my god.
liberate them?
Yes, guys, we need to liberate them. Let's go check out that welcome center.
Gus's
this is-
nanites flew over his body, enhancing his physique and his perceptive abilities.
That's just under his breath. I fucking hate all of you.
But this is we are doing what they want. This is not a prison for our friends. This is a prison for us.
Yes.
We are what is in common with all of these prisoners.
We just
We've only
leave
seen
them
2.
here.
But we're not being caught off guard. We know. We can turn it on the head.
We won't be
Yeah.
able to save them if we also get trapped here.
We won't get trapped here. We're far too clever for that.
Oh, Bronk.
Oh
Besides,
dear.
if we leave, how will we figure out what's going on? Even if you don't want to save the people trapped here, someone's after us. And if we leave, how will we figure out who it is?
Oh dear.
We don't. We can. I like the sound of farming all of a sudden. It does sound kind of nice.
The captain's never steered us wrong.
Coward!
Captain,
Yes!
do the thing the captain
Yes,
says.
I am.
We
I should have asked if you had the courage and fortitude for this mission before I let you on board.
will go with the rest of the crew, but this is not a good idea. We dislike being under their thumb.
Exactly the point.
Oh.
Maria, we can't leave these people under their thumb.
Let's destroy the thumb.
Auntie Nuna discreetly checks her weapon. What happened to it when she felt that vibration?
Oh, your weapon's been disabled by some sort of EMP.
Oh, great.
It looks like it'll take you about, with an engineering check, you should be able to patch it up pretty quickly.
Okay.
EMP is not going to have any effect on the survival knife, is it? I mean, my gun probably, but not my survival knife.
Suppose
Analog
not.
EMP.
Yeah,
I
so
sincerely
the
hope
way
EMP doesn't disable my nanites.
it is
Oh,
a
no.
weird. No, listen, it's a weird thing. So basically, it's like a metal detector, but I guess sleight of hand got your weapons through it, and if your weapons were detected by the metal detector, aka if you didn't roll high enough on your sleight of hand, the metal detector caught it and EMP'd it. That is
Okay. It's science fantasy. Doesn't have to make
Yep.
sense.
doesn't have to make sense. So
Hence the fantasy.
we make our own sense here. So let's
Sense?
say
Where we are going, we don't need sense.
Yes.
only hold dollars, please.
We will destroy their thumb.
Destroy the thumb!
Oh, my
Well,
poor
there's-
Yeah, you know what they say.
Sloane
off at the
strides
thumb.
confidently toward the welcome center.
I
Okay.
suppose
Danger Town.
there's
It's time
no-
to export violence.
Oh God.
Patch, like, just hugging onto his. It's a toolkit. It's a toolkit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looks like. It's a 3 bulk like tool chest.
just
Yes.
carrying it around. That's exactly the unobtrusiveness that one expects from a glamour fusion.
Indeed.
I am Bus, destroyer of thumbs.
So,
Okay,
Auntie Nuna, speaking mechanically, you are able to repair your gun with an engineering check and 1 minute,
Okay.
if you would like to do so.
Just hand it over. I'll take care of it for you.
Fine. She gives it to Catch to give him something that will make him feel good and useful.
Oh, sorry. I just assumed you didn't have engineering. Wait.
Oh, I
you're-
do.
Oh no. Hand it over fixed if you want.
All right, who's rolling that engineering?
I'll do
I'm
it.
not going to steal rolls from somebody.
That is a 14.
Let's see. That is not going to do it.
Oh, Catch, if you would be so kind.
Oh, yeah, no problem. That's fixed. So,
Thank you, dear.
as you all are discussing this, oh, sorry, Leif, you're muted.
He fixes their gun quickly with components out of like the glamour fusion toolkit.
All right. So, you arrive at the Welcome Center, which boasts a colorful map of COM 93, with each guest room, little houses or huts throughout in a little clump.
Little cabanas.
Yeah. Along with locations for the commissary, community room, and examination room. You see guest rooms labeled for, drumroll, Rashay Tolvarin, Carmelar Gravender, Adani Samor, Eshevayo Fireheart, Shazarad Quamp, Neva Rovo, Dizandritian Farlanthrates, Jask Beskask, Yatraxo Resmin, Lendol Saifskoda, Ranj Dulkind, and Tarika Iriana.
I swear to goodness, if we wake up in gray test tubes,
Gus
our back
punches a
door is
wall. Gus punches a wall real hard if we see Tarika's name.
You do see Tarika's name. That wall is hurt. That wall didn't do anything. Before you have a chance to react more than that to this, a chime rings from speakers nearby, and a soothing voice sounds throughout the area. Would all guests please report to the dining area? It is lunchtime. You see several people heading towards the commissary in the distance. Rashay and Eshevayo pass you, Eshevayo saying, "You all should come and have something to eat. The food here is delightful."
of course, we'd love to.
All right.
There is also delightful food on our ship. Would you like to go there instead?
Oh, I am afraid I cannot. I am serving my penitence. Penance? I am serving my penance for crimes against the Veskarium.
You can do that on our ship too. It's a prison now.
Oh, Marayoth. So, do you go to the commissary, or
I mean,
Yes.
we'll go to the commissary, but Auntie Nuna's not going to eat.
sure?
Yeah, no, that delightful is supposed to
No.
convey don't eat the food.
Gus is too angry. His appetite is gone.
Thank God.
You enter the commissary, and you see more familiar faces. Jask Beskask, the Formian from the music shop, and Shazarad Quamp, the Skittermander nurse from Vesk 2, smile and chat as they grab seats at the large communal table in the center of the room, while Carmelar and Adani from Skitterhaven Ranch on Vesk 3 call out to Rashay, who smiles and makes her way over to them. Eshevayo nods to you all before sitting down with Ranj, your Wintermourn Riforian stowaway, who is sitting with Lindol and Eutraxo. Everyone seems I'm sorry?
Poor Ranj. Never asked for any of this.
No, none of them did. Everyone seems very contented to be here as drones enter from a window into what appears to be a kitchen area. Notably, you do not see Neva or
Lindell?
Lindell. No, you see Lindell. You don't see Tarika gathered here with everyone else.
Hmm.
You on the sign, what I meant to say was you saw Neva as well as Dizendridi and Farlanthrates, which with Neva's name there, you can infer that is Dizzy. You don't see either of them sitting here at the table, nor do you see your friend Tarika. Strangely, all of the drones coming out are serving exclusively roast beef-based sandwiches. It's very strange.
Curious.
So the guy who sent us the message is here, right?
Lindell, yes.
Yeah, I guess we'll buzz up to him and say, Lindell, you have been here the shortest of everyone here, yes?
Oh, hello, Marayoth. Yes, I just arrived. Well, how long has it been? Oh, I don't know. You all, I don't know how long you all took to, form this plan and arrive here, which is really
Plan.
Yeah, I mean, not that long, man.
Yeah, we looked up some things and then we're like, well, I guess the only way to figure it out is to go.
Do you remember sending the message to us?
Sloan is going to knock his plate on the floor by accident. With a 21.
Message? No, I don't. I'm sorry. My roast beef.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Hold, I'm sure they'll bring you another one in just a minute. How'd you end up in here, Lindell?
Oh, it's kind of it's really kind of a blur. It feels like I've been here for a while, actually. I committed crimes against the Veskarium for my my importing of goods from Stormrunners. A drone comes out with another roast beef sandwich.
Have you seen a Isoki or a otter person? Renary, that's it.
No. Leif, what is that 31 sleight of hand check for?
Grabbing the roast beef off the floor and using my chemilizer to try and detect and see if there's anything in the food.
I was gonna say, did you say they grabbed another roast beef sandwich? Gus will deliberately just knock it on the ground and say, "Oops." Oops.
Hey man, what's your problem?
There's something odd going on here, Lindell.
Thumbs are my problem.
I don't know what you could. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just trying to eat a lunch here. So Leif, that 31 sleight of hand on the roast beef sandwich determines that there is nothing weird about this roast beef.
We went to the visitor center and there weren't any officials there. Is there someone we can talk to about transferring all of you to our new prison?
No. There's only really some drones around here, and he gets a distant look again. There's Hey, have you tried this roast beef? It's really good. He seems to be resetting.
I'm a vegetarian, I'm afraid.
Same here.
Catch, can you hack any of these drones?
I don't know. God, can I hack any of these drones?
At this point in the conversation, let's see who's gonna hear this. Sloan, you hear over here. from behind you at the commissary entrance, and you turn to see Nemelith, the human woman from the crew of the Wintermourn, sort of poking her head in the door and then pulling her head back out.
Sloan will slip away from the rest of the group.
Okay.
The 32 on stealth.
All right. So you see Nemelith and Jinx, actually, both from the Wintermourn outside, and they say, "What are you?" Nemelith will say, "What are you doing here, darling?"
Well, we came to rescue Lyndall, but he seems to have forgotten that he wants to be rescued. What are the rest of you doing here?
This place is really, really weird. Jinx continues. Well, you see, Neva and Dizzy got nabbed. Nemelith cuts in. I managed to see it coming, but not in time to save everyone. I grabbed Jinx and pulled him into a different store on the street. You see, we had just dropped off Agavana, and then I saw a tail behind us. Grabbed Jinx, pulled him into a different store while the spooks nabbed Neva and Dizzy. But we weren't just going to let them rot in this place. We are going to get them back. Would you like to help?
Yes. We have to get everyone out of here. There's something very strange going on.
Agreed, darling. There's something weird in the examination room. Each of the prisoners, as soon as you mention the examination room, they try to change the subject. It's like it's sort of water running off a space duck's back. So why don't you grab your crew and meet us in the examination room?
All right. Be careful.
Same to you.
These drones are so far non-violent, but I wouldn't trust them.
All right. So
Sloan will slip back to where everyone else is at.
Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, the inmates are not terribly concerned with you all. If you all just sort of get up and leave, they're content to just eat their lunch and chit-chat with each other.
All right, we'll do that.
To hack the drone fail.
Your efforts to hack the drone, yeah, that doesn't really get you anywhere.
Gus is... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it.
I was just going to say, Gus is normally fairly considerate. He is very careful not to bump into people and things, but he is mad right now. So I feel like he is bumping into people and bumping into tables and not making a huge scene, but this is not normal for him as we're walking away.
Yeah.
Sloan will go back over to the group. Khan, kind of lead.
Okay.
Lead the group towards the examination room. And sort of fill them in on the way whenever there are not drones nearby.
Yeah, there's only a few drones here or there on the whole island, so it's not. Again, where are they going to go, right? So there's not much to supervise here. Right. So you all are able to get to the examination room, no problem. Gus drawing some eyes, some looks from inmates as you all leave. But other than that, y'all are good. So you get to the examination room, and Jinx and Nemelith are there. They're sort of combing the place, looking for anything strange. And Jinx says, "All right, everybody spread out, search this room. There's got to be something, some sort of sign or hint in here of what's going on here. Why doesn't everybody make me a perception check?"
Woohoo!
18 plus 4 with my scanner.
Nice.
Before searching, Gus is going to shift things, and he's going to create his scanner. His sheath is going to retract. So that's actually a 22.
All right. Ketch, and I'll say Ketch was the first one to roll and beat this DC. So Ketch will be the one to find, because you all were very perceptive, save for Marath. Sorry, Marath.
We all know this.
Yeah, that's okay. You know, you'd think with 69,000 pairs of eyes, right? Or 70,000, whatever the count is. So, Catch, you find a small pressure plate in the south wall. If you press it, it opens a hidden door leading to a staircase.
Hey, yo, guys, check this out.
It just...
Oh, potential.
Right.
Well, what do you all say? Nemelith will gesture to the stairs.
Let's proceed cautiously. Catch,
Yeah.
shall we?
Y'all hang back just a little bit.
Yep. And Sloan will
Yeah.
sneak
Okay.
Catch.
And then
Oh, Marath can sneak too. Yeah.
Wow, with a natural 2.
give me my
Toot, toot.
toots.
Yeah. The toots. The
Auntie, you
toots.
gotta stop stealthing. You have a +2.
All right. So you all advance down this stairwell and to another map. This is map I. We are up to I in this book.
Jeez. Wow.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, usually you see like 3 maps in an AP. So, let's see. You arrive in room I-1. The stairs lead down to a double door. The door is locked. Sloan, upon examining this door, I've rolled a secret perception check for you all. You realize that the door is trapped. Anyone who tries to open this locked door or who fails to unlock the door triggers this trap. Seems to be some sort of shock trap. What do?
Sloan motions Catch, points at the trap.
Awesome. Get to use his new trapsmith's tools.
Ooh.
So just
Fancy.
add another +4 to this engineering check. I'm assuming it's engineering.
It is.
So 35 to disarm that trap.
35 is not gonna... No, of course it is. It's a 35 at level 4. So you clear that trap, no problem. Would have been a very nasty trap. Something like 4d6 electricity damage to everyone within 10 feet. So lucky that you disarmed that. That would have been shocking, to say the least. So I will delete this door. Boop. The stairs, nope. You enter this spacious room and find what appears to be a waiting room. There are several desks in this room with chairs lining the walls. Make me a perception check, please, as you all enter this room.
Sure. 23. Good.
Right. Catch, Sloan, Marayoth, Gus. Waiting on Nuna's perception check.
Yes, sorry about that.
No worries.
Oh no, she rolls in that one. She was
That's okay.
She was what's the word? Too distracted topping off her RP, which was still
Of
at
course.
what it was from the last one.
Yeah. So you anybody who beat a 16 notices the scattered remains of a drone laying around this room, little pieces here and there. Upon further inspection and with a logical leap, you deduce that these are the remains of Digit, Dizzy's drone companion. Anybody?
Oh no.
Yeah, anybody who doesn't make that leap is clued in as Nemelith and Jinx notice the pieces and curse, giving each other dark looks. Jinx says to you all, "This place is even creepier or worse than it looks at first glance. We're going to go this way to the west. You all head that way to the east. Radio us if you find Neva or Dizzy, please, and we'll let you know if we find your Tarika."
All right.
Catch scoops up the pieces of Gadget. Is that what it was?
Digit, close.
Digit.
Digit and Dizzy.
Right.
Yeah. So
We will mourn them properly later and perform the appropriate funerary rites.
Just gonna fix this thing. Don't you worry.
all right. So you all go to this door to the east.
Yep.
Are we being stealthy, Captain? Or are we being angry?
Stealth for now. Anger soon.
All right.
It's okay,
that
Gus.
That door opens with no problem. And then to a small little adjoining hallway into
All
what
right,
you presume
Gus.
might be another door.
Time for anger. Go throw open the next door.
All right, let's see how bad this goes. Can I break open a door?
Just try
Is
it, open
locked?
The door is unlocked.
All right, well, I want to make it. Gus is going to just walk up to it in a huff and like slam his hand on the door open button.
Okay. With a huff, that door opens just a little bit faster, Gus thinks, because of his anger. He feels justified.
Yes.
And opens into room I5. Let's see. The walls of this dojo. This is a dojo.
Oh, no.
The walls of this dojo appear decorated with cosmological symbols related to entropy, maps that show the universe's increasing slides towards a no-energy state, and diagrams of various common species, including breakdowns of each of your races, with maybe some logical leaps on Morayoth's, on the Spathinae. With physiological weak points clearly labeled and highlighted in bold colors. Additionally, there are a few weapon racks in here, some of which even have weapons on them. So let me copy and paste this in here.
Yeah, we steal all the weapons.
The weapon racks hold an advanced Doshko, an Aurora Storm Doshko, a field irising shield, and a Red Star Plasma Doshko.
That's a lot of Doshkos.
Yeah, it's almost like whoever trains in this dojo is somehow related to the Veskarium.
Veskarium. Oh my god.
So strange.
What?
Yeah.
There's no other doors in here?
There's a door to the south.
All right, let's go check it out.
I want to poke one of those two dummies, it looks like, over there, just to make sure they're not secretly robot assassins.
All right, but then the door.
Yeah, that's fine.
The dummy, Gus, in his anger, his angry state, sort of pokes it a little too hard and it rebounds. It's on like a spring, and so it rebounds and slaps him.
Shake my head and snort. I'm like, all right, it's not a secret assassin, I don't think. Let's go the other way.
Okay. So to the south. Oh, no, there's a door here. Let me ping it on the map.
Oh, is it right there?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Right where you are.
Yeah, I'll hit it extra hard, the door open thing, because it worked last time. It opened faster.
Oh, yeah. Auntie Nuna standing right next to him. You know that it's not opening faster. But perception's a funny thing.
And it makes him happy, so what's the harm?
Yeah.
Oh god, I want
All right, so I've deleted the door. You should be able to walk through. It's not updating the lighting on my end.
Ketch will take that irising shield and slip it onto his forearm.
Shield proficiency is a thing.
Oh. That's right. Oh, that's
Yeah. It's Pathfinder 2 that it's not.
stupid. All right.
Gotta have proficiency to use these things. I do not mean to poke fun. I understand the desire to use a shield. Shields are cool. So, Gus, you open that door as well in the hallway. There's another little hallway.
Angry
All right.
style too. All the doors.
That door
opening
slides
quicker.
open. Man, you're getting faster and faster at opening these doors. You step into what appears to be some sort of lab. Upon examining the equipment in this lab, you arrive at the conclusion that this equipment only has one purpose: creating hellfire toxin. With your familiarity with that, the vaccine that Agavana Stoneblood was creating in her lab, this lends you some familiarity with the hellfire toxin itself, and you're fairly certain that the equipment in here is being used to produce the actual toxin itself.
Oh, Gus is even angrier. He does not, he learned about that thing and what it did, and I know we all witnessed it, but his nanites are feeding him like a medical breakdown of what it was doing to its victims on a very small scale, and he is so mad.
Yeah,
Can we
it's
smash all this? Can we wipe their hard drive? Can we write ones over their zeros and zeros over their ones?
How much does it cost for a high-powered magnet to pull out of Bumfuzzle's belt? We'll just run a great big magnet over the whole thing.
I've got a magnetic jack. Can we modify that?
Can we just use the mag jack and just run over all our hard drives?
I could also take care of this.
Yes, please.
Or that.
What was the name of the Vesk organization?
the adamant scale.
So maybe the adamant scale is behind this prison?
Yeah, Catch, with a 27, you're able to sort of handicap their processes here and delete a lot of information, rendering this lab's in this. I'm sorry.
Steal a lot of information.
Steal a lot of information.
We don't want this information, though.
just for blackmail purposes. I'm not trying to recreate the Hellfire.
We might want
whatever.
it, because if we can get Fireheart back into their position, they might be able to use this data to help accelerate the cure or the treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Ah, thanks, Catch. All right. I'm going to go stand in front of danger and hit this one extra hard and angry.
Okay.
In front
That
of
door
danger.
opens.
I found the danger.
Good. Good. Now you can destroy the danger, Gus. Kill
All
it.
right.
Kill the fire.
So, you enter this room. And you all can enter into you can get to the center of this room and then,
Okay.
but not too close, because you see a figure in this room. This
here?
gigantic room features an enormous array of holovid screens controlled from a long computer console with 3 chairs. Doors lead east, west, and southwest. 2 other doors lead to rooms to the south, areas I-9A and I-9B. Long windows give a view of 2 figures, one lying on a table in each room. In I-9A, you see Tarika, who appears to be very conscious and straining against restraints keeping her on the table. In I-9B, you see the smaller figure of Neva Rovo, who appears unconscious, a device covering most of her head. A Vesk at the center of the room, clad in a black cloak and metal face mask, engrosses herself with watching the enormous screens, some of which display the inmates. I'm sorry? Oh, Shift Z. Yes, I can.
That's cool.
Some of which display the inmates of COM 93 as they go about their daily lives. Other screens show construction sites throughout Tranquility in its entirety, particularly ones that show huge tanks slowly being installed beneath the various islands. I have gone to a great deal of trouble to find out what you know, she says, turning from the screens with reluctance. About me, about Hellfire Toxin, and about the Adamant Scale. I have interrogated everyone I can get my claws on. And now, here you are. I don't need anyone else, now that I have you. So, here is my offer. Stay here voluntarily. Or surrender to me. Surrender to me, and I will release all of my prisoners. You're
I'm
muted.
talking to myself. I think you're just going to release all of your prisoners either way. The
Really?
real question here is, do we have to make you do it, or are you just going to play nice?
I don't
If it
think
makes
you
you-
quite understand.
I don't
It
think
makes
you
you feel
understand.
better. We don't know much about the adamant scale.
Like I'm going to believe that.
Hmm.
See, you seem to know who we are, but you obviously haven't done much research.
Why do
I've
you
been
think we
trying
know
my
about
best.
you?
You see, people who mess with us tend to get those horns rammed into their stomach.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Gus just starts scraping one of his hooves slowly across the floor.
Well, go on.
We are a bit confused. Why? We know that we don't know much about what you think we know about, but could you tell us why you think that we know more than we know we know?
Her head hilts to the side at that torrent of nose. Well, you see, whenever anyone gets close enough to the adamant scale, you understand, such a secretive organization, there are certain protocols that must be enacted. We cannot let anybody live that knows of the adamant scale.
Oh, good. So when Gus tears out your entrails, someone else will come along to tell us more. Good.
Yes, we are still confused. You already interviewed the person who told us about the adamant scaled, so...
Well, yes, I've been trying to get information on what you all know, but really, and we all know, the best source of information is the direct source.
Well, I think Moriath was pretty clear. We don't know anything about the adamant scale.
You
so
have
really
the
all
direct
you
source already.
really
You
all
are
you
the
did,
indirect source.
yeah, really all you
Gus
did
just-
here was tell us more than we already knew, so you kind of shot yourself in the foot. Are you going to surrender now?
Gus is just looking at Sloan, just waiting for the nod or whatever signal.
Yep.
She shakes her head no and says, "No, I am sorry. I'm not
All right.
going to surrender." And instead, she'll snap her claws and
Gus, get him.
from the ceiling
Ah!
to Vesk. Give me one moment. Two Vesk are going to drop down, and one there, and one there.
You know, I wonder about
And-
these secret societies. The Reptoids did the same kind of thing. Oh, they're on to us. We better go try to kill them. Don't try to kill the heroes. They would never come after you. You just left them alone.
Well, unfortunately, that is going to have to wait until next week, my friends.
Dun dun
No!
dun.
And done.
No!
With these three Vesk all beginning to glow with this sickly green-black light energy surrounding them. And yeah,
Well,
that's gonna do it for this week.
oh man. Yeah. Take all of our friends. We stopped being nice.
This is
Yeah.
like the first time
Yeah.
Gus has been really raring to beat someone up and possibly kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And listen, I don't blame you in the slightest. They pulled the classic, mustache twirling villain mistake of I'm going to kidnap all your friends and then I'm going to monologue to you about it and thus
Yeah,
reveal more
dude.
information than normal or
Right.
than you already knew. And then you're going to beat me up. Well, but we'll see, because I might have a trick or two up my sleeve. But
Oh,
you'll have
no.
to wait until next weekend to
Aw.
find out the thrilling conclusion of Book 2, Merchants of the Void.
I had to leave notes so I knew who to charge
Next
next time we play.
Yeah.
The
Did you
notes.
mark them?
If you look at
Yeah,
the screen, I
so,
wrote
yes,
Gus's
perfect.
target with an arrow.
Perfect.
Yeah. So it's so funny because, and this is a very small comment, a very small criticism on this in general. This is, no holds barred. This is the boss fight of this book, right? This is the big bad of this book. This is Renovia the Gentle, who never told you her name because you never asked. Yes, the Gentle. It is an ironic name. They didn't give me character art for the big bad.
That's on the front of the book?
She's not on the front of the book. The front of the book is Neva Rovo.
What?
Yeah.
So
Weird.
in this book, look at this pronking folder. Look at the book 2 handout folder, friends. There's like 15 different pieces of character art in this book, and none of them are the big bad.
Weird. Well, I mean, I guess the whole art budget went to like having 17 maps and all of these new friends that we made. They all got kidnapped.
Yeah. The story.
out.
The story was not the big bad, but the friends you made along the way. Am I right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Exactly.
So
It's the first time we're hearing about her.
yeah. No, exactly. And so that's neither here nor there. You all are gonna fight her and her cronies next week. And in
Roll
the
some
meantime,
initiatives before we sign off.
oh yeah, you know what? Why don't you roll initiative while I'm doing the outro here?
All right.
So
Asking so we can burn up a re. Yeah, do we have rerolls left that I can burn?
Hey, I'm within
We
30
do.
feet. 30 feet of
Cool.
Marath, so I got a 22.
We, in fact, have two rerolls. So whoever's the lowest.
I'm gonna use one of
Auntie.
those.
One from Drunk Fat Ninja for Leif. Here's another +1. Oh wait, that was +1.
You can
Somebody
give the
grab a
+1
+1.
to Nuna.
Mystery Lego said it's dangerous to go alone. Take this for a reroll for Leif.
I appreciate that, Mystery Legos.
Yes, thank you.
Who else wants a reroll? I do. Buzzable said, I have to be off, but we'll catch up another time. I leave you with a boon.
Okay, that's so much better.
And I have another +1. Who's the lowest now?
I think you are, Nick. You should take that +1.
I will take this one from Shades.
Woohoo.
Take this. It's dangerous in space, and I have to run to the store. Hopefully this keeps you safe while I am gone. Shades, it has indeed kept me a little bit safer by moving my initiative up from 10 to 11.
Yeah. So, as always, tonight we have a new Cosmic Crit episode dropping for their run of Attack of the Swarm. I've not been following it too closely because I'm playing in a game of Attack of the Swarm, the eternal good problem to have, but I'm sure they're doing just dandy. Thank you, Leif, for running audio today. Who do we have to thank?
Indeed, yes. Thanks to Riddiman and White Bat Audio and Relax Cafe Music. And this time around, thanks to Relaxing White Noise for the Relaxing White Noise Space Storm music.
It's okay.
Works
Yeah.
in a pinch.
I worked in a pinch.
Pinch. Yeah.
Yeah, I think when you have a space storm, Tom, you probably have to tell Leif in advance so they have a little more time to look for a space storm.
Yeah, that's on me.
how
That's
we
on me.
audio.
Yeah.
That's all
yeah,
right.
that's on me.
It's space rain. It was all the space metals tinking off the hull. Just, you know,
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Rain.
exactly. Yes.
Yes. Very soothing while you all fought a giant space monster. So, our wonderful character art was done by Enicola. She is at Enicola on Twitter, Enecola. Thank you to Paizo for the wonderful AP, and specifically Leo Glass for writing book 2. We are very excited. I'm excited to finish up book 2 and move on to book 3, Professional Courtesy. There's going to be some really cool stuff in there as well. Thank you, Nick, for our stream assets, Simon for running the stream, all of my players for being here and playing with me and being my
awesome.
friends and being awesome in general, in a general sense, yes. There's the biker gang. They say thank you as well.
You know,
and
we can't hear
then-
them with your new mic.
Oh, that's nice. Well,
Yeah.
I'll still call them out. You know, it's for old time's sake.
Oh, we love your show.
And finally, thank you, dear listener. I looked and pointed at my camera, even though my camera's off today. Thank you, dear listener and or viewer, for being here, for joining us. We wouldn't be a show without you. So, one more thing. Coming up this weekend is CritterCon 4, a new crit. That's not actually the subtitle for it, but I like to think it is, because we've just sort of been going
Now
with
it
Star
is.
Wars ones. We, and by we I mean I. But CritterCon 4 is this weekend. I'm going to be running a scenario on Saturday. You can catch me playing in Mystery Legos session of 320, some very high-level Starfinder Society play. You can catch us playing a mystery thing on Friday night.
Well,
with-
it's a crossover. It's not entirely a mystery.
well,
it is.
Nick,
It is
then why don't you
another.
go ahead and tell them about it?
Yeah.
We're putting on another Eoxian game show for your viewing pleasure. There will be lots of death involved. Me and Patrick are scheming on how best to kill everyone who enters the ring. So tune in Friday night of CritterCon. I am getting an echo.
That's probably for me. I apologize.
I know, it just makes me crazy. I'm like, what was I saying? Tune in Friday night of CritterCon for that madness. It's going to be a lot of fun. Brought to you by Black Milk.
Yes, Eoxian Black Milk. Mystery Legos, you underestimate my power. I am playing the eldest Velhite, who is basically immortal. He's a level 13 soldier, so, you know.
Oh yeah, and I'm bringing Kara, who's also immortal.
Yeah. So, good luck trying to kill us. That's what fame is for, so I can buy resurrections. Anyway,
It doesn't count as you don't count as being dead if you come back real fast.
Yeah, ask Gur. So,
Listen,
Kurt is
why you gotta bring up that trauma?
yeah, you're telling me.
slow in the wrong body.
And then Sunday afternoon, we will be, of course, streaming like normal. I say Sunday afternoon. It's Sunday afternoon my time, EST. So tune in next weekend for a normal session.
Sunday at the butt crack of dawn.
In Alaska.
Well,
Yes. It is
that's an Alaska
noon
problem.
on one side of the country and the butt crack of dawn on the other.
8 a.m. is hardly the butt crack of dawn.
In
Granted, I'm
Alaska
a
in the
teacher.
winter, it feels like it because, you
In the
know,
winter
it's
it
pitch black
is.
outside, yeah.
The sun was actually coming up when I got up this morning, though, so it felt a little better. That is
It's
true.
getting
Nice.
better.
It'll only get easier.
That's not waking up at 2:30 in the morning so you can go to work, though. That's
Yeah,
That's not
2:30 is
dawn.
the actual
That is
butt crack. The
pre-dawn.
scientific butt crack.
that's my pre-COVID. That's my
time.
normal summer is getting up at 2:30 to get ready so I can go to work. Because I
You're
gotta drive
earlier than the
commuters
butt
to their
crack of dawn.
jobs on the
Oh.
river.
That's disgusting.
Throughout that weekend, there are going to be, throughout the Criticon weekend, there will be rerolls and nat 20s and bonuses to dice, I believe, that can be purchased as per the normal charity con rules. And I have decided, as a kind and benevolent GM, to continue to uphold the tradition of allowing these rerolls and nat 20s to be purchased, and bonuses to be purchased for this show. So you can help our players by donating money, and this money doesn't just go anywhere. It goes to these doctors that need their borders. They're doctors without borders. We got to get them their borders. It's been 3 years and we still haven't succeeded at getting all of the doctors borders.
There's still
Doctors
more.
and
but-
just not enough borders. That's the long and short of it.
Yeah, and they do great work, and we want to make sure that they are protected by some borders. So we're gonna get these doctors their borders. In all seriousness, though, all proceeds from this charity con go to Doctors Without Borders, to my understanding, and you can spend real world money to get in-game benefits in any society scenario, as well as our show, because that is something that we've done in the past, and I like it. So feel free.
And also, you know, come keep Kara and Tendon alive. Nenden alive, probably.
Tendon. It is Tendon.
Tendon this time, yeah.
Yeah, Ninden was Dawn of Flame.
Right.
I don't blame you. There's a lot of them.
So many Valites.
And
Yeah,
to be exact.
yeah. There are only 7 so far. We don't have the
Hey,
youngest.
there's
3.
11.
Actually.
There are 11 now because of Ogden.
No,
Yeah.
there's only 10. Remember, Ogden Prime was killed.
Ogden Prime was killed, but now we have a new Ogden, so now there's like 10 and a half.
Sure. Anyhow, unintentionally tangled lore for the Nancy universe. So, yeah, that's what happens when you get clones. Spoilers. So we are, yes. Long story short, CritterCon. Spend money, get Doctor's Borders, come keep us company throughout a long week of gaming. We love all of you, and we're gonna sign off now. So until next time, my friends, let's say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
And Simon, take us into the drift.